going on, everybody? Welcome to the RBS Cinema Podcast.
I know Kung Fu.
Show me.
This is Sparta! I'm thinking I'm back.
Why so serious?
Avengers!
Assemble. I'm Batman.
You better lawyer up, asshole. Because I'm not coming back for 30%. I'm coming back for everything.
I'll be back. You shall not pass!
RBS.
Lovely.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of RBS Cinema. This week's episode, we are talking about Hobbs and Shaw, the Fast and Furious movie. I'm your host, Devin. With me, as always, is my co-host, Jack.
I'm still Jack.
So, good job.
Don't worry about that.
Proud of you.
Thanks.
If you guys are catching up, we're still talking about the Summer Movie Blockbuster hits. For those of you that are not in tune with what we're doing, basically for the months of June, July, and August, we are talking about Summer Movie Blockbuster hits. And at the end of each episode, we spin a wheel corresponding to whatever movie that we're going to talk about for the following week. So stay tuned at the end of the episode, and we're going to spin the wheel to see what we talk about next week. With that also being said, feel free to follow the show, subscribe to the channel on both YouTube and on Spotify. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment in the comment section below about a movie that you guys want us to talk about. As well as share this around with anybody that loves movies, loves people talking about movies. Maybe you have a favorite movie that you want a different perspective on. So let us know. And also follow us on Instagram and on TikTok. So, but without further ado, how are you, Jack?
Oh, it's pretty good. It's a nice day out.
Yeah, it's actually not too hot for
We
a
got
change.
groceries, coffee this morning, so all
Nice.
good to go.
I went to the gym and I got my beer trim and I had lunch. So,
Oh yeah, I do see that now. It looks more chiseled, I would say.
yes, thank you. It's the word that I would have used too, because that's what I thought of. So, but we're ready to talk about Hobbs and Shaw. Just get this over with. He came in and I was just like, all right, I'm in for it today.
I walked in the room and I gave a big sigh.
So I'm excited to talk about this movie just because that I first saw this in theaters
Really?
when it first came out, and I was like so excited about it. I was like, dude, like it's The Rock, it's Jason Statham, like this is gonna be awesome, and it's part of the Fast and Furious movies, so this is gonna be a blast. And I own it back when it came out on DVD, but I own it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So,
And what else, Devin?
now I don't really care about the movie as much. So
Well, I'm glad that you are apathetic because I absolutely hated this film.
did you?
Yeah, so I can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and jump right into Hobbs and Shaw here. All right. So bare bones of what the movie is about is lawman Luke Hobbs and outcast Deckard Shaw form an unlikely alliance when a cyber-genetically enhanced villain threatens the future of humanity.
Cybergenetically? Just say cybernetically.
I don't know.
I guess it's implanted in his skin, but like that's
Kind
just
of a long, drawn-out way to say he's cybernetically enhanced.
yes, cybergenetically.
Yeah.
It's
Got
the future of humanity.
yes, as he will continue to say throughout the course of the movie.
So you may notice that this movie is titled Hobbs and Shaw, but what the title really should be is Hobbs, Shaw, and Shaw.
Yeah.
Really,
Because of Deckard Shaw's sister.
which is a character.
But it is technically called Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw. And because this is part of a franchise, I will have to say right off the bat, you don't have to watch the other Fast and Furious movies. So I was telling Jack off camera last week when this came up on the wheel, and so he was all like, "Are you fucking serious? I have to go and watch the rest of the Fast and Furious movies in order to watch this? I said, no, you don't have to do that.
You kind of had to watch one.
Well,
You
yeah.
kind of had to watch one of them
Well, yeah.
to understand.
Well, like, have you seen any of the other Fast and Furious
No.
movies? Okay, I figured not.
No.
And that's why I had you watch the first movie.
Actually,
to see...
that's a lie. I think I have seen one of them, but I watched it in theaters and I completely forgot about it.
You walked out, you're like, what the hell did I just watch?
Yeah, basically. It's like I don't. It didn't stick with me at all. And
Yeah.
because I don't know if it's because I watched it out of order or maybe just because the Fast and Furious movies are just so forgettable. To be
Pretty
honest,
much. Because, like, I told you yesterday or the day before, I was all like, all right, what you got to do is at least watch the first movie. Just watch the first movie just to get a comparison between where it originated from back in 2001 all the way up until now, which is Fast X, which they did announce that Vin Diesel said that they are working on Fast and Furious 11. So they're coming out with the 11th one. I think that, like, the 12th one is the last one. Yeah. So they're in production right now for the 11th one. He said that they're going to bring some stuff back from the original part of the series that they've missed the mark on. So they're taking it back to the roots, essentially.
That's an interesting way to pitch your film. Is like, oh, this film is something that we're going back to fix.
Yeah.
Now I can't dog on the Fast and Furious movies too much. Like I said, I haven't seen most of them.
Oh yeah.
Right. So I can't exactly say that like they're bad or anything. But like I went into this film without watching any of the Fast and Furious movies, or at least not remembering the one movie that I did watch. So I went at this like a vast majority of people going to the theaters would be going to if they just wanted to see an action film and they saw Hobbs and Shaw. It sounds like a actiony film. I saw the trailer. Let's go in and see what goes on. So I had that fresh in my mind, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go through this and I'm going to give my unbiased review of this movie as it being a spin-off of a very larger franchise.
Yeah. Backstory between Hobbs and Shaw themselves is that they are a part of the Fast and Furious franchise. Luke Hobbs used to be part of I think it was like a military,
like DSS or something like that.
Something like that. It's been forever since I've seen.
They never elaborate on what that means. It's just DSS. You might basically just say like you could have just said the FBI or the CIA or something like that.
Yeah, he used to be part of a special unit that was going to take out Dominic Toretto and his band of misfits.
Family.
His family, as one would call it, and he was gonna like basically take him in and basically take him to jail and stuff. But then, of course, just like any other freaking person that joins the franchise, he joins them into their shenanigans that they pull. So,
which I still don't know why they do what they do, to be honest.
Yeah, and then Deckard Shaw, who's Jason Statham, he was a bad guy, and then he was going to kill, I don't know, someone, all of them, I don't remember, but yeah, he was going to basically kill them, and then turned into basically helping them out and stuff.
Like like he's a spy.
Yeah,
as he was titled in this film. It's like
pretty much.
Wasn't there something to do with his brother as well?
Well, it was like Idris Elba is supposed to be like his brother in arms.
No. Like in one of the Fast and Furious movies, because like I watched the first couple minutes of a video that Devin showed me, basically like summing up like here's what you need to watch before you watch Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah. And
wasn't there like another brother or something like that?
I don't know. I don't remember. Probably.
I don't like that's again. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. So,
but yeah, so that was really confusing. So, but where was I trying to say with this? Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. You can edit this part out. I'm having a total brain fart here. What were we talking about?
Basically talking about
who they are. Yeah,
yeah.
So that
was like Shaw's brother and stuff.
Like Shaw is a spy.
Yeah.
Hobbs is a former special agent.
Yeah.
Generic special agent. So that's really cool that, like, we just have a sort of throwaway thing that, like, maybe it was important in one of the other movies, but to anybody who's watching this movie for the first time, they have no idea what that means.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like...
basically, you could have just said anything.
I'm pretty sure that, like, diehard fans of the Fast and Furious franchise went to go and see this movie and was like, oh, dude, like, this is going to be awesome. And then there's other people that are like the general audience, of course.
Yeah.
That they ended up just watching this because it's a generic action movie that stars The Rock and Jason Statham. So that's what I feel like is what happened with this movie. It wasn't. It was like the duality of, okay, people really love this franchise, so they're going to go watch it. There's these other people that like these actors, or they're just like, oh yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
So then they go and watch it.
Saw a trailer in theaters or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
but let's go ahead and talk about directors, writers, stars, and all that fun stuff. So I got director David Litch.
That's how you pronounce it? Litch?
Yeah, Litch.
Okay.
Who did direct like other movies, like Atomic Blonde, Bullet Train, John Wick. He was a producer on there.
He did Bullet Train, and he made this film?
Well, he did Bullet Train later on.
I guess, but like, and he was what, like, helped produce John Wick.
Yeah,
and he directed this film. That's surprising to me.
Yeah, that's actually pretty crazy because so for me, I don't really remember like writers or directors or like, oh yeah, this person did, unless it's like a big synonymous name like Zack Snyder or James Gunn or whatever.
Right.
So they're in my like wheelhouse of directors that I know. David Litch, I've heard of. I don't really like remember all the stuff that he directs or anything like that, just because like I never really remember a whole lot of
like,
stuff.
Here's the thing about that: you only really remember a writer if they're really bad, or like if the movie that they made was notoriously like either it was corny or it was not funny.
Yeah.
Like Joss Whedon, right? People remember who Joss Whedon was because he directed the first Avengers film
and the second
one.
Yeah.
But like Joss Whedon is the a lot of people's opinion is the reason why Marvel is so quippy is because of Joss Whedon's writing.
Yep.
And they have to expand upon that, right?
Pretty much.
So
excuse me.
So that's the only reason why you would really know if they were like infamous for making something that was like the writing was bad, basically.
Yeah.
Like I can't even say that like the guy who did Morbius because like I don't even remember his name.
Yeah.
But
but basically that guy.
like it's completely ruining my point. But like essentially, people remember why a movie was bad, and then they only when they have negative criticism for a movie, or positive criticism. But most of the time, it's negative criticism. They go and look. Okay, who wrote this film? It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's all like, oh yeah, the dialogue is dog shit, or the script is garbage.
Yeah.
So it's like doesn't make any sense, or it's not cohesive enough, or whatever.
Like I want to
but
I don't know who these writers are, and I've never heard of them before, but.
But yeah, speaking of writers, we got Chris Morgan, Drew Pearce, and Gary Scott Thompson. I don't know anything else that they've done.
Let's take a look.
So let's see. Of course,
these are all the
Fast
like,
and Furious people.
Like,
so that's why.
Well, yeah, he had to be the lead writer on that. That makes sense.
So, but let's get into the stars of the movie.
The cast.
So we've got the Boulder himself, Dwayne Johnson as Hobbs. Got Jason Statham, the transporter himself, Shaw. We got Knuckles himself, Idris Elba
I knew you were
as
gonna make
Brixton.
that joke.
Yeah,
He's also Heimdall.
he is Heimdall.
Yes.
So Vanessa Kirby is Hattie. Helen Mirren is Queenie, who plays as both their mom.
They didn't mention what her name was, by the way.
No, they didn't.
They didn't.
But she is in like the previous one.
Yeah,
so
I know.
why.
But if I'm saying that as someone who watched this film for the first time and hadn't seen any other ones,
Yep.
This woman shows up and we have no idea what her name is. They don't mention it.
Nope.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that when you don't know who this person is. You're supposed to Why did you do your homework then?
Yeah.
Why did you prepare for the test?
Right. And then we've got Isa Gonzalez.
She was in Baby Driver.
Yeah.
I recognized her because I was like, who is this person?
And then we've got, she plays as Madam M. She's the girl that they go and see
Yes.
to get their weapons and stuff.
Sexy Latina. You got to have that eye candy.
Right. And then we got Eddie Marson, who plays as Professor Andraco.
What's funny? I saw him and who he reminds me of? He reminds me of H. John Benjamin. If he had hair, I was like, is that H. John Benjamin? No, it's he was in something else. I forget. Eddie Marson.
He was in a Marvel movie. I'm trying to think of what he was in. He's in a ton of stuff though. I can't
I swear
remember.
I saw him somewhere before.
I don't know. I can't remember. I know that he's like he was the director from Deadpool 2, if you've seen that.
Wait, he's a director?
He was the director in the movie. Not for the movie. He played as a director in the movie for the school.
Oh yeah, that's where he's from. Okay.
Yeah.
I know him now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It took
that's
me a
what-
second to recognize that. But I also wanted to give a special shout out to Roman Reigns because he's also
Don't
in
do
this.
that. Don't do that, man.
Why?
That we'll get to that later. That
He
pisses me off.
doesn't even talk, but
He
he's in the
doesn't
movie.
say a single line.
I know.
Why'd they bring him in?
Because
it pisses me
it's
off.
because he's The Rock's cousin. That's why.
I don't care. I don't care if you're gonna bring in somebody for a cameo. Have them say at least something.
Yeah. Well, he
Stan
probably-
Lee says something in the line, even
But
though
he's also the creator of one of the most founding.
I get it, though,
like
but,
comic books in history.
But no one's gonna get who that guy is if they don't watch wrestling, though.
Well, yeah,
at least
I know
have
that.
at least have Roman Reigns say something.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
know. Maybe he was shy and he just goes,
It was-
I don't want to talk.
I was well. This was a little bit early. I was surprised they didn't have Jason Momoa in this film as another freaking cameo.
Right.
The cameos in this film.
Well, I feel like that they would have
infuriate
had
me.
him be a bigger part in the movie though.
We forget there's
So,
there's
instead of,
other characters that
instead
show
of,
up.
like at the end.
There's other actors that show up in this film too that we're gonna get to in a second because it makes me angry.
Yeah. Which, speaking of family, nothing is stronger than family.
Family, 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 family.
It's one of the taglines.
Why? They don't even say family.
Yes, they do.
They went
At the end.
Do they say that? Oh yeah, no, stupid.
It's the whole thing of them. Like,
I know.
family,
We'll get to that in a minute.
Another one is an unlikely alliance just became likely when a villain threatens humanity.
God, that's a mouthful.
It is. I had a tough time trying to get it out.
What? Where is that? Where even is that? That's just like a synopsis.
Yeah.
It's a vague synopsis, but that's not gonna fit in a trailer. That's not gonna fit.
Right.
It's too wordy for a trailer. It's definitely too wordy for a poster.
Yeah. That's why I think that the big tagline for the poster was nothing is stronger than family.
Stupid.
So,
You can say about any of the Fast and Furious movies.
yeah. I got one more. Saving the world is easy, but working together is going to be a real pain in the ass.
There's a lot of that in this movie.
There
Ass.
is.
There's a lot of
A lot of ass in this movie.
not a lot that too, but there's a lot of people saying dirty
Ass.
or dirty words.
Yeah.
A lot of. I am. You don't understand how excited I am to be able to dog on this movie, Devin. We haven't had
same.
one of these in a while.
Same.
We haven't had one that
We just pound.
yes.
Pound on.
Most of the time, it's just been gushing, or it's been this was cool.
Yeah.
Now we get to go to the other side.
The other side of the playing
So
field.
let's talk about this. Hobbs and Shaw.
So one of the things I started this, and then I'm all like, why is it playing "Time in a Bottle" as the opening song?
It's not just "Time in a Bottle."
It's a remix.
It's a shitty cover.
It is.
Of "Time in a Bottle," which is
it's made by Youngblood, who is a British rock and roll star.
I get it, but
So
come on, man. X-Men Days of Future Past didn't do that with the Quicksilver scene.
No, but
which is a really cool scene.
It's
by
only
the way.
it is, but it's only because of the fact that with the Fast and Furious movies, they have to have it be like a newer version of something.
Yeah,
So that's the only reason why.
Fast and Furious movies, I feel like always have a soundtrack, but it's like the most like forgettable songs you ever heard in your life.
Yeah, it's all like, oh yeah, I recognize this song, and then like as soon as it's over, you forget it.
Even "See You Again" is like that was like the reason it got popular is because it was a meme song.
Yeah,
people like would always put like sad edits in that song. It was like it was like bass boosted to hell in memes back in the day when Fast and like that
when
movie
Fast
came out.
5, 6 came out.
I don't even know. I don't remember.
7. I don't know. What are the numbers? But
like it's just like, and it's like the music in this movie when it's always is like they put a song in, it's always over so quick.
Oh yeah.
Like they cut it off like as the guy is still singing.
Yeah.
Which I hate. Like the fade. Like I hate like when you have a song that's lyrical and then they just fade out because like other people are starting to talk again because they moved on too quick. You know?
Or it's like that. It's playing overhead, so that's all that you hear. And then somebody's in the club and it's playing in the club at that exact same moment in the song. So it just transitions from you are just hearing it specifically and then it's playing overhead in the movie to where it's like, oh yeah, then they keep it a little quiet because they have to have dialogue.
I know, but like, I don't like that though.
Well, I know, that's what I'm saying.
Like it's
dumb.
fine if it's an instrumental.
Yeah.
Right? But like when you have a lyrical, like great. Now that I've heard that like couple of things of lyrics about a song that I guess kind of is cool and kind of fits to what we're talking about, but it's all just like generic rap.
Right.
I
mean,
like
that's pretty much all that these movies really are. They just like pivot with super I don't know if you want to say edgy like rap, because it's not edgy. It's more like pop rap.
Yeah. It's like
So-
it's yeah. But like what was I gonna like I heard that and I hated it.
Yeah.
I knew that as soon as I heard that, I'd be like, okay, we're gonna be in for a rough one.
Oh yeah.
You know, we're gonna be for a ride.
Yeah.
I get it. Like he's a British, like from what I heard, like it sounded like he was a British like music maker and stuff like that. But like,
Oh yeah.
like come on, man, Time in a Bottle had already been done at that point by X-Men Days of Future Past, and it was like that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he's going in slow motion.
Well, again, like I said, I'm like, why choose Time in a Bottle?
Why Time in the Bottle specifically?
For the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing I didn't understand.
It's a very poignant song in its original form.
Yeah.
And then you use it as
it makes sense to have it in X-Men Days of Future Past because like Quicksilver moves basically faster than the speed of light, essentially.
Yeah.
And so it's like that makes sense for him to move super quick and everything is standing still.
He's not.
So,
well, he doesn't move faster than the speed of
well,
light.
no,
He
but
just moves really fast.
yeah.
But like, so that was a good way to start off, and then we go to like we're in London, and then we're going to generic like chopper flies in over the city skyline, and it's like don't forget we got
special team comes in.
Special team was like we have to secure the asset, and it's like whatever. And then
I did think it was dumb that when Idris Elba comes in and he goes like, "Oh man, I really love your guys' outfits, like cool matching outfits."
Why
whatever.
did they not shoot him?
And then the other thing too is she goes like, Hattie sees him and goes like, "Who are you?" And he goes like, "Bad guy." And I'm like,
that's
why?
stupid.
I'm like,
it's so
why?
dumb.
Yeah, I was like, that's dumb.
You couldn't have thought of anything more interesting to say than than like,
just saying bad guy. That's all he said.
You could have just said like,
she just goes like, "Who are you?" And he goes like, "Bad guy."
Who the hell are you?
Bad guy.
And then that's it.
and they start shooting him.
Yeah.
What also gets me is that like when this MI6 team, they're supposedly MI6.
Yeah.
It's very confusing because they go up and they hide behind the cars and nobody sees them. It's like brightly lit.
Yeah.
Maybe if it was darker and they were wearing like darker clothes, they would have been able to sneak up very well. But like they just hide behind some cars and like throw a flashbang and nobody hears it.
Yeah.
Right. It's like there's music playing, but it's not music playing in the scene. You know, like it's not like they're listening to music. It's just the music from the score. Right.
Yeah.
So the audience is like, oh yeah, of course they didn't hear it because there was music playing. No, they wouldn't be listening to music right now. Nobody heard that flashbang grenade hit the ground.
Right.
Right? They're on lookout. They're trying to steal some shit, and they have nobody on lookout to make sure that no one's like coming up behind them.
I know. That's the other thing too. Is like
that annoyed me too.
If they're supposed to be there in secret, they would have everything covered.
Yeah. So how come they didn't notice this squad of MI6 operatives with guns and full body armor like sneak up on them?
Yeah.
Like seriously, it's annoying. And then she breaks in and she starts fiddling around with the thing.
The case.
That confused me because like wait, are these guys like pretending to be MI6 and they're trying to steal it actually? That got me really confused. But no, they're just making sure that it's secure. It was like, what a weird way to do that. They couldn't have just like brung out the box and like put it back in. No, she's like fiddling with the buttons. And it's like it makes it look like you're stealing it. Like you're taking out this crew and then you're stealing it for yourselves.
I would probably say that they were in the process of trying to steal it, just so that way that they can have it in their possession.
Yeah, but that's not stealing. That's securing the asset. Right. But like the way it looked like it was like they were taking it for themselves.
Yeah.
Because they didn't say anything about it. She's just fiddling with the buttons like this woman like Hattie, you know.
Yeah.
But we don't know who she is yet. We don't know who she is for a long time into the film.
Yeah.
And like you probably could guess, but like it just looks like a white woman with like bleach blonde hair, you know, just like,
yeah. Pretty
by
much.
the way, like doesn't have as much gear as the rest of them.
No.
Like you're not wearing a helmet or anything like that.
No.
Or she might have been, but then
I think that she was.
She took it off
she was. Yeah.
so that we could see her hair. It was really dumb.
Pretty much.
But what was it? Then Idris Elba starts like beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, he basically kills all of them with his cybernetic enhancements.
And then she tries to get away, and Idris Elba almost lets her.
Yeah.
But not in like a menacing way, like, oh crap, I forgot about her.
Yeah.
And like she like doesn't get away. Like the van like tips over as she's trying to get away, and it's like.
But she ultimately does get away.
Yeah, and so that like she tries to get away, and then how did he let her get away? Right? If he's supposed to be this cybernetically enhanced guy, you lose that woman that you know has the thing.
Right. Well, I mean, like he didn't know that she had it because he probably he thought that she just like took off.
Yeah, but you left a witness.
Yeah.
Like if you're supposed to be this like really tactical guy, how could you let that person get away?
Right.
If the way that this guy portrays himself, he would have not let that happen, but she had to get away for plot purposes.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much all it is because she has the virus that's supposed to basically take out like all of humanity.
And then he like steps on a guy and like takes his radio and be like, Bravo Team 2 is down. She took the virus. Like the most fake, like acting like you're hurt ever. Like he could have hammed that up a little bit better is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, because like he basically frames her of stealing
like
the virus.
Super easily.
Stealing the virus and then killing her team.
Yeah, it's like she killed a guy with the brick.
Yeah.
You know? And then like 3 other guys on motorcycles show up, and then
it's supposed to be the rest of his squad, and he just goes like, go find her.
Yeah, go find her.
So and then like, we have
who's gonna stop me?
And then we have the opening of the duality between The Rock and Jason Statham, of how they wake up in the morning and how they do their day.
Which would have been a cool scene. Like I kind of like that if it weren't, it's really hard to focus on one or the other. Because like you're focusing on one, then you're gonna miss the other thing.
Which it's so dumb because like if he's in London, right? Jason Statham's in London, and The Rock is in California.
He's in Los Angeles specifically.
Yeah, and so like they both wake up at 6 a.m.
So
that doesn't correlate because
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, there's no way that
that sucks.
Jason Statham would have been up at 6 a.m. The Rock would have been up at 6 a.m.
Or maybe it's just like different times of the day, but like
yeah, because like especially where it shows where the sunlight is, right? So The Rock, he wakes up at 6 a.m. The sun is up, right? It might be 6 p.m. for Jason Statham, because the sun isn't like fully bright, but it's also London, so it could just also be super cloudy,
be dark and stuff like that. So
that's the other thing. But no, I thought about that just now, and I'm like, okay,
I didn't even realize that.
If they both wake up at 6 a.m., there's no way that they both simultaneously wake up at 6 a.m. because we don't have the same time zone.
Yeah,
London is on the other side of the world.
Yeah, it's a different time zone. Yeah, so maybe they're just syncing up two different ones. But like, why would you do it like that?
Yeah.
Why would you show like the alarm clock?
It's to show the difference,
their routine. Yeah, I get it. But
how different that they are, because it's all like pick it apart one of them at a time. It's like, okay, The Rock wakes up at 6 a.m. He makes his breakfast. He does like 6 eggs in a glass, and then he. I remember when this came out that I wanted to do this. I was like, dude, I wish I was as tough as The Rock, just to grab a thing of coffee and just eat it with a spoon, and then that's how I get my coffee.
Yeah, except
because that's
like,
literally what he does. He doesn't drink it. Like, he doesn't make coffee and then he drinks it. No, what this fucking guy, mountain of a man, boulder of a guy does is like he just takes a spoon full of coffee and eats it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who the hell does that? Plus, the other thing too is like
so
it's all
weird.
gonna get into your teeth.
Like, is that supposed to be
coated
funny?
and stuff? No, it's supposed to make him look tough.
I know,
that's
but
the only
like,
reason why.
I know, but is it like? It just looks stupid.
It does.
It doesn't make him
dumb, but it's supposed to signify that he's tough. And then he washes it down with drinking his eggs. He doesn't cook them. He drinks the raw eggs with the yolk.
It's not even like dumb, like, oh, this is ridiculous, like ridiculously funny.
Yeah.
No, it's just ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Also, the thing that I hate about this character, Luke Hobbs, right? He's just The Rock.
He is.
That's all I see.
So
I don't see the character of Luke Hobbs.
Yeah.
It's just you're just playing yourself.
Yeah, that's all that these some of these actors are. It's like Jason Momoa is just himself. The Rock is just himself. Like, there's several movies of The Rock where he's just playing as himself.
You mean Roman Reigns, right?
No, Jason Momoa.
Wait, who did I say? Wait, I'm sorry.
You said that The Rock is just basically playing himself in every single one of his movies.
But like before we were talking about like Roman Reigns, that's his real name. His real name is Jason Momoa.
No, Jason Momoa himself is Jason Momoa.
Yes,
but Roman Reigns is the wrestler.
Yes,
Jason Momoa is Aquaman.
Yes,
he's just playing himself in other movies too.
Okay. Oh, okay.
That's why I was saying that.
Oh,
Jack.
okay. All right. I got confused.
So I can tell.
This movie is confusing.
It is, but it's like you have those types of characters where they don't distinguish themselves as the specific character, or Ryan Reynolds. Like Ryan Reynolds, who's also in this movie as a cameo, where he also just plays as Ryan Reynolds. He's just Ryan Reynolds.
I just see Ryan Reynolds, Wade Wilson, Deadpool.
Yeah,
like he talks the same prose the same way.
Like, that's how he basically has made his career, is just playing as himself in every single character that he's ever played as.
Even those stupid Mint Mobile ads, he just plays himself, and it's just like
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Ryan Reynolds. He's great. He's funny, but it's all like, I would like for him to play as somebody else besides just himself.
Like, he can do it.
Yeah, he can act. Like, I've seen him in Amityville Horror when they remade that. Like, it was a super good horror movie that he was in. He played as a character in Buried, where he just is in a coffin and he's trying to figure out a way to get out and find help and stuff. So, like, that's pivotal. Or, like, he is in Voices, where he literally plays as a serial killer, and he's not his super quippy, like, kind of lighthearted, funny, sarcastic character.
Yeah.
So,
but, like, what was I going to say? Like, the problem I have with this is, like, again, The Rock can act. I mean, you see that he's doing this biopic later on where he looks like totally different. Like,
100%. He plays as like this UFC fighter.
UFC fighter, and you can tell.
And it's made by A24. And it's gonna be fucking great. I can't wait.
And like I'm excited to see him in that because it looks like a drama. You know, it looks like he will have to like really try.
Actually emote and stuff.
Even when he was playing as Maui in Moana, he still was just Dwayne The Rock Johnson. It's like the problem.
And now that they're making a live action, that's all that he is.
Here's the problem that I have with it, is that writers and directors, when they get big Hollywood movie stars, they're so tempted to just give them creative control over
the
how
character.
they want to have their character, and like they won't ever. They pay millions of dollars for like these characters to star in these films, but then they just let them do whatever they want, and it's any wonder why Dwayne The Rock Johnson had his crash out whenever he did like Black Adam, and he was like, Black Adam should be able to be as strong as Superman. It's just like, no, you want to be as strong as Superman.
Well, I mean, like, side tangent with that is like, Black Adam is pretty much one of the strongest beings in DC Comics.
I know, but like, it's so
like,
lame when you like talk about like Black Adam bombed, dude. Just get over it.
But like, it's also the thing where the Black Adam movie was in production for so long.
Yeah.
Like, he wanted to make this as a thing, and he was never actually able to have it take off. And then once it was actually being established, the whole thing is like, he goes like, the whole time of setting up Black Adam was like, oh, the DC universe is going to get shaken up to its core
because I
am Black Adam, and I'm going to wreck everybody that's in this franchise. And it's
but
like,
at the
you
same
only
time,
fought like maybe 2 people that were superheroes.
Yeah.
That's it. And then you were going to fight Superman, and that did not happen. And there's also the stigma of The Rock, where it's like, if he's in a franchise, he kills it. Like, he's the franchise killer, because he almost killed the Fast and Furious movies because he was introduced after like 5 or 6.
Yeah. It's when they have no other ideas. They just bring in Dwayne The Rock Johnson because it's like, oh, maybe people will come and see this because Dwayne The Rock Johnson's in it.
Yeah. And then he killed the DC universe because of Black Adam.
So they had to make Superman.
Yeah. So
and
then the other thing too is like, he brought back Henry Cavill to be in Black Adam.
There's no one on this planet that can stop me.
It's been a while since anyone's made the world this nervous. Black Adam.
As a end credit scene.
Yeah, and he also at the same time wants absolutely nothing to do with Shazam, the 2 Shazam movies that were made. Second one sucked. First one was pretty good.
Oh yeah, I really liked
the first Shazam movie.
Yeah.
I liked God, I don't remember his name.
Zachary Levi.
Zachary Levi. I liked him as Shazam,
Mm-hmm.
but Dwayne The Rock Johnson will absolutely not want to go into a less serious way. But like, that's so dumb because he's done that before. But like, Black Adam is the arch enemy of Shazam.
Yeah,
and you don't want any connection between those two.
Right. He just
like,
goes like, Black Adam has no
character
connection
is?
to Shazam.
Did you do your research?
No, not at all.
God, Dwayne The Rock The Rock has become such a diva.
Yeah,
when he became a Hollywood actor.
Yeah.
I liked him better when he was a wrestler back in the 90s and the early 2000s.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, when he left the WWE, he like started a career in filmmaking and stuff as being an actor.
Do you remember when he was in The Tooth Fairy?
Yeah, I do. Or The Game Plan. Did you ever see The Game Plan? It was a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where he played as a football player.
Oh yeah, I remember The Game Plan. That's the one I was talking about. Yeah.
Well, he also played it in The Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, I know he did. But like, The Game Plan is the one I was thinking of, where he's just like.
But yeah, and so like for that, it's like once he became a big Hollywood star, he pretty much went like, okay, well, I'm no longer a wrestler. And then once he would come back, he wouldn't wrestle. Like, he would get on the mic, he would talk shit, and then he would leave. And then that's it. And like, that's why, like, especially now with everybody in the WWE wrestling world, like, they don't really respect The Rock as much anymore, because it's like, yes, you established this thing, but you essentially sold out. You're no longer here. When you are here, you just do promos, so you're only talking shit to people just to stir the pot, and then you leave. And then it's all like, and the only time that you come is to get the belt, and then you win, and then you leave, and then that's it.
Yep.
So
what was I gonna say? But now, that's a great segue into, actually, let's get back back into like talking about this because now that we've established that that Luke Hobbs is just The Rock,
Right. So
I will stop referring to him as Hobbs in this film.
Yeah,
He is now
it's
just The Rock.
Well, yeah, but the other thing too is like you see him go through his morning after doing breakfast or whatever. He goes to the gym, he works out, and then he goes to do a job. And then on the other side, Jason Statham, he wakes up, beautiful girl in bed, whatever, and then like he gets up, he actually makes eggs, drinks his coffee, gets dressed. They both have different cars, so like The Rock has a beat up old truck. The Jason Statham
McLaren,
has a
like
McLaren,
super
like
ostentatious
super
sports car. Like I get it's Fast and Furious.
Yeah. Well, it's to basically also show the duality of where.
But it's so ham-fisted.
What is it like? Oh, it was this. It was like while The Rock is working out, Deckard Shaw is at the pub getting a pint. Of beer.
Because he's in London. That's what people do in London. That's all they do is they just drink. They just drink in pubs all day.
And then they both get a call about two separate occurrences that are happening to where it's all like, okay, where is he?
When?
So then we have The Rock where he goes to a karaoke bar or a karaoke spot to go in and interrogate this guy about this black arms dealer that is trying to get this virus.
He's literally a black arms dealer.
Yeah, and then also Jason Statham is asking about this guy or asking this guy about because he goes to a what is it? It's like
a fashion show?
I think it's a fashion show.
Yeah, it's a fashion show.
Yeah, it's a fashion show. And he goes in there to interrogate some guy.
It's like a Russian guy, I think.
Yeah, about like his sister, basically. Of going like, oh, there's this like rogue MI6 agent I'm trying to look for, basically. Yeah. And because Shaw, The Rock, Hobbs, rather, The Rock, he's trying to look for the virus. Shaw is trying to look for his sister.
But like, I didn't get that. I just like there was I just saw I'm just distracted by like it's gonna just make two identical scenes but there's different characters just to show that they're so different but like they're like in similar ways. It's like it's so ham-fisted.
The other thing,
I get it.
The other thing that I thought was funny was that when The Rock goes in and he starts talking to like basically the bad guys.
Yeah.
They go like, "Who the hell are you?" And he goes like, "I'm what you call a nice can of whoop ass."
It's lame.
Yeah, and then on the other side of it,
there's so many cringe one-liners in this film.
We've got Shaw who gets asked the same question, "Who the hell are you?" He goes like, "I'm what you call a champagne problem," because he's holding a bottle of champagne.
That's a little better.
Yeah, it's better than just going like, "I'm what you call a nice cold can of whoop ass."
But what does that even mean, a champagne problem?
Well, I mean, like, it's where you would pop the champagne and then, like, it would go everywhere when you're not expecting it. So
yeah, but like, it's so lame. Like, I get it. He's holding a bottle of champagne. Big whoop. But you don't have
like that's
anything.
the only reason why that he says that is because that he grabs a bottle of champagne when he goes to beat all these guys up, and that's the only reason why that he says it.
And it's like,
and again, it's supposed to give the duality of going like, okay, well, The Rock's more of a hard ass, and then like you've got Jason Statham who's more pretty much like instead of being like more brutish, he's more like precise and stuff.
But again, it's just so it just seems really ham-fisted to me, and it's like, didn't we already get that before?
Right.
Like, if you've seen the series, like, you know what these two characters are about.
Well, I mean, like, now that The Rock is in this movie, he completely changed the character as himself, because when he's first introduced as like an agent to like take down Dominic Toretto's gang and stuff, like he is a hard ass, but he's deliberate. Like, he's not just playing himself; he's actually playing as an agent.
So they just let him do whatever he wanted, basically. In
Pretty
this
much,
film,
like after he gets, I think that like when he joins the gang, because he realizes like the quote unquote good that they're doing is the fact that like, hey, I'm just gonna completely change this character to just be me.
I know these criminals are breaking the law, and I should take them in for it. But man, maybe they're not so bad. I'm gonna start doing crime myself.
Yeah. Pretty much. Well, I mean, like, even for him, he's not a criminal. He is a bounty hunter,
I guess.
because I think that he gets fired. pretty much.
Okay.
Because he couldn't bring in Dominic Toretto and his game, and so he was just
Yeah,
like, okay,
I mean,
well, that's
that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
you would. I don't care.
Yeah. And then later on, they get the information that they need.
Yeah.
The Rock goes to the diner, and then he's talking with his daughter, and so and this is the big thing of where she is getting straight A's and everything, but then she's trying to make this social studies project of the family tree. And it's only him and his daughter, and she doesn't know where her family, like his family, is, because he left 25 years prior, because we later find out in the movie that his dad was a shithead. He left the family, came back just to get him and his brothers.
Him and his like 25 brothers.
Yeah,
like, oh my god.
Just to be in his dad's gang, just so that way that they can go and be
jobs.
criminals.
Yeah, basically.
And do jobs and stuff.
And then Hobbs turned him in.
Yeah, and Hobbs turned him in, and that's where he became like essentially the Hobbs that we know now being in the department or whatever. But with that also being said, he left because he felt like that he couldn't like face his brother, because I think his older brother looked up to their dad and stuff. So once he turned into their dad, his brother just basically like didn't like him anymore.
And that conflict is resolved within like 10, 15 minutes. So
yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
That all that resentment is just like, oh, okay, fine, I'll help you because my mother is going to beat me in the head with a sandal if I don't.
With the slipper.
But we'll get to that. But
yeah, so like he's talking about like, oh, like, you know, I'm the only family that you've got, blah 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 blah, and then Ryan Reynolds comes in to play as his handler from the CIA to give him the information to go after Hattie, to go and
he's
get
just
the virus.
doing his stupid Ryan Reynolds bullshit.
Yeah.
Lucas Rebecca Hobbs, I haven't seen you in forever.
Rebecca.
And like he just goes like
he just sounds
Luke
like Deadpool.
Rebecca Hobbs, and so she goes like Rebecca, and he goes like, oh yeah, don't worry about that. And especially where, you know, again, he's just playing as Ryan Reynolds, as his quippy self. Like he even has a fake tattoo of The Rock's chest tattoo that he has.
And it's like,
so like that's
just,
dumb.
Is it supposed to be funny? Is Ryan Reynolds supposed to be funny?
Like, yeah, that's pretty much all that it is. He's supposed to be like a comic relief character.
I'm saying this like that's what I'm saying this facetiously. Like obviously they're trying. It's supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
But I don't get it, and it's not funny to me.
Right. And then on the other foot, again, Jason Statham is about to leave somewhere. Which we got the guy that plays as Peter from Deadpool.
Oh, that's who he is? I didn't recognize him without the mustache.
Yeah, so he plays as Shaw's handler.
But he was less
CIA.
offensive, right? Because he's just a guy.
Yeah, he's just a guy. So he's not quippy, he's not funny or anything like that. And like he basically just goes like, hey, like we know, like we want you to track down your sister, and you need to find her, bring her to this like black site that we set up, and we're going to like have you work with Shaw, essentially. But they don't know Hobbs,
yeah, it's
rather.
like, did you get
But
your guy? Yeah, it's like, yeah, I got my guy.
They're talking on the phone with each other. They're like, oh yeah, is your guy gonna be pissed off about my guy? They go like, oh yeah, because they have history. One of the things that I liked in the Fast and Furious movie was that when both Hobbs and Shaw are arrested, because they both are in the same like prison, they're in the cells across from each other, and like literally The Rock tells Shaw, and he just goes like, I will beat you like a Cherokee drum.
I will beat your ass like a Cherokee drum.
And it's all like, damn, that shit goes hard. I'm like, that's The Rock that I love, is when he's like telling Shaw of going like, I will beat the fucking shit out of you. Like, and then he like goes to like lift the bed, because it's just a concrete bed that's in the wall. He rips it out of the wall and he just starts like curling it. Yeah, but I'm like, that's freaking cool.
Why do they hate each other so much again?
That I don't know. I don't remember.
It's never.
Honestly.
It's again. If you're watching this movie with no context, they just two guys just hate each other just because they don't think alike.
Yeah, I mean, like it's basically that they do the exact same thing, but they go about it their own way.
But they never explain or go much into like their backstory. I don't think.
No, and like again, it's they don't have it as a general audience sense of going like, oh, I hated you when we did this mission and blah 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 blah,
which would have been
like,
stupid.
Yeah,
like there's no way that they could have done that.
No,
but even like
it's not like a Marvel movie to where it's all like you have these characters interact for the first time, and it's all like, oh yeah, I know who these characters are, but then for the general audience that doesn't, give a 2-minute explanation of who they are, where they came from.
It's basically
whatever.
a catch-22. They would have been screwed either way. It would have just been bad writing. So, but like, and then no. Isn't it before Shaw gets met by the guy? He's going in to talk to his mom, which we find out through context clues is his mom. But like, they never say outright that that's who they like. We have to just assume. That's I mean, no, he does say that like, mom, like
it's his mom.
We have no idea like who is this person? Why is she in jail? Why is he going to visit her?
Yeah, no.
It's just to set up the fact that like, oh, you should really visit your sister again, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the day that you both walk through that door and you both see me.
That's we just need
because
that for
you guys used to be so close together.
It's just
and, like,
it's just
talk
dumb
about backstory about them growing up. Whatever.
Yeah, it's just dumb exposition. Like was she in the other movies?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She was in one of the other movies because of Shaw.
Okay.
So,
which again, the person watching this movie and not the other ones have no idea why that is. So it's just like, so Shaw's mom is a criminal, is what I get from the scene.
Yeah. Did you see the first one?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't have much time. I wanted to get through this movie as quick as possible because there's shit to do.
So, only reason why that I say that you should watch the first one is to see where they came from.
I know.
Of them stealing VCRs, and that's all that they did.
It's like watching it's like watching Iron Man versus watching Ant-Man Quantumania.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Like the simplicity of Iron Man versus what it is now.
Yeah.
But so then and then afterwards, Shaw comes out, Jason Statham comes out, and
and then they give him the information about his sister and stuff. But yeah, they both see each other at the facility for the first time, and then they start like bitching at each other.
Which is, I hate that.
I did think that it was actually almost cool when he almost does like his rock, like his persona wrestling rock.
Like
when he goes like, because I have it written down like, the Rock almost says the Rock line.
Like it doesn't matter what you think.
I'll take this chair, turn it sideways, and jam it down your throat. And like he does a quick pause. He goes like, "I'll jam it down your throat," I'm gonna take this chair, I'm gonna turn it sideways, and I'm gonna jam it down your throat. And
he should have said candy ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna shove it up your candy ass.
Yeah,
because that would have been the Rock thing to do, and like. And
there's so many things.
The other thing that he does is like the eyebrow thing. Does the eyebrow thing, in one of the Fast and Furious movies, I think he does this to, I think he does it to Vin Diesel, where he does the rock bottom on him.
I was wondering why didn't he do the rock bottom in this movie? He does a suplex.
Right. Yeah, he does a suplex,
which is so much less interesting. He doesn't do the people's elbow. He doesn't do the rock bottom,
No, he does like a giant suplex to Idris Elba,
which is such a missed opportunity. If you're going to lean into him just being the Rock, then just have him do the Rock things. That would have been a cool reference to like his wrestling roots. But instead, you focus more on him, how he is now as just a celebrity, the Rock, and then further on you move him to his Samoan heritage, which is just like, did we really need that?
I mean, especially since this is a part of his production company, because it's $7 production.
Oh.
That's the only reason why.
So he was a producer then?
Yeah. He was a producer on the film. That's
so
why.
Then no wonder. Then no wonder like so many of the decisions in this movie makes more sense because it's just
because like he has his own production company, which is $7 production, which I got tired of hearing about his fuck ass backstory about him growing up with only $7 in his pocket. He grew up fucking poor, and like his dad was a big world-renowned wrestler, which we all fucking know, who was Rocky, was his nickname.
And then,
but
and then everybody hated him, and then he became a heel, and then he became
not even that, but it's just mostly the backstory of him having only $7 in his pocket, and he bought a car with it.
$7.
And it's all like, that's the only reason why. Like, I'm just like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? So I don't know.
It's so like the back and forth between them is just it sounds like
it's annoying.
It's written by a 13-year-old.
It is. It's annoying.
It's just a bunch of playground insults. There's no tact. There's no
especially
there's no subtlety.
Like literally, The Rock goes like, "Oh yeah, I don't like you. It's the way that you talk, or it's the sound of your voice." Like it literally makes where I run my nutsack through glass and it hurts.
It's your voice. It's your nasally, prepubescent Harry Potter voice. Every time you speak, just imagine this for a second. It's like dragging my balls across shattered glass. And it hurts.
And then even Jason Statham claps back and he goes like, "Well, it's not that I hate you, I hate your face." And he goes
it's
like,
so childish.
Your face is like if God would throw up on me and it burns.
Well, for me, it's not your voice. It's your face. Your big, stupid face. Looking at it makes me feel like God is projectile vomiting right in my eyes. And it burns. It really burns.
And I'm all like, what the fuck is this dialogue?
Yeah, like why did
what are we doing here? Like, and then Shaw finally leaves, and then The Rock goes up to one of the guys and he just goes like, "Hey, like, look up this stuff about like where the heist happened and like where she took the virus." And he goes like, "Oh, we already did that." And he goes like, "Did I ask for your fucking feedback? No, dude. Fucking pull
like,
up."
These guys
shit
are just both assholes.
Oh yeah.
Like there's nothing redeemable about either of these two. They're just dickheads.
And like he's already like The Rock is already a dickhead in the Fast and Furious movies, but at least it's warranted because he's trying to get his people.
Guess what? Now there's two of them. And it's just two dickheads like fight. Even Hattie makes a joke like, "Oh, I can't take any more of this alpha male shit."
Yeah.
And it's like that's exactly what's happening, and nobody. It's not entertaining.
It's not. One of the things that I did think that was funny was that like they both split up to go and find Hattie.
Yeah.
The Rock finds where Hattie is, and Jason Statham goes to her apartment and stuff. But when The Rock takes Hattie back to the facility, then he leaves to like talk to his daughter on the phone. She starts beating up the CIA guy with the chair.
Even before that, though, because Hattie gets a disguise and then she goes back to her it's not even an apartment, it's a hotel.
It's a hotel.
Room. Yeah, so she changes clothes in disguise. Also, Hobbs is like, was it that they were both in London before they went to go look for Hattie? Because I remember there being a scene where the Rock is in Los Angeles and now all of a sudden he's in London and we get to see how he gets there.
Yeah,
you know, like oftentimes those scenes are like kind of superfluous, but in this case it does actually kind of make sense because how is he able to move around? Does he have a private jet? Does he go?
No, I think they just bought him. They just either that he had a private jet.
Like that's important information to figure out how,
because it's by the CIA. So I'd imagine that they had something.
Yeah, but I would have liked to see that. Is what I'm trying to say. Otherwise, him just showing up in London.
I don't think it really mattered.
I think it matters a little bit, but like then, what annoys me about like Hobbs and Hattie fight.
Yeah.
Right. They fight and but at the same time.
No, that's like after he gets off the phone with his daughter.
Are you sure? Yeah. No. I'm talking about when he first captures her.
Oh, yeah.
Like when he first captures her, and it's like there's no way that Hattie, even if she is an MI6 operative, is skilled enough to go against the frickin' Rock.
Oh yeah, she is.
Right? Oh, I don't believe
because for him, he doesn't really have hand-to-hand combat training a whole lot. He just uses his brute strength to get the job done, and that's all that it is. But yet again, he was an operative before, so he should have hand-to-hand combat training.
Also, he just lifts her up with one hand. It's like that's my point. It's like why didn't you just do that at the beginning? You're way stronger than she is.
Again, it's because of the fact that he wants to give her the benefit of the doubt of being like, okay, like we can either do this the easy way, you just come with me, it's not a problem. We go back to the facility, we talk, or we do it the hard way to where I knock your ass out and I just drag you there. So
I just feel like the easy way or the hard way. She said the hard way, then you go the hard way on her.
Right.
Like, but the only reason he doesn't do that is because she's the romantic interest. It's like, let's slam this attractive white action figure next to this muscular action figure. Let's slam these two together, right?
much.
Because she's a MacGuffin. If she turned into a MacGuffin in this film, and it's gross.
Pretty much.
Like she's just a like a pretty white girl.
Yeah.
Basically that one of the she's only one of them can go after because she's Hobbs' sister.
Yeah.
So obviously there has to be Shaw. That's what I mean. That that has to be a point of conflict between two. It was like, hey, don't talk about my sister like that. It was like, hey, don't this weird thing about a bulldog impregnating my sister, and it's like that's gross.
Yeah, that's pretty much what The Rock
disgusting.
said too. He goes like, what the hell did you just say? Like that's fucking weird.
No, but as I am as an audience member is not saying, oh shit, he really got it. I was like, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's like she's sleeping right next to you, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like
it's fucking weird.
It's really fucking weird. And
yeah.
So he does take her back to but the whole fight between the two of them I thought was really stupid and didn't
she's gonna fight because
she's gonna try to fight back, but that's what they always do. It's it's expected. It's super generic. I'm not going without a fight, and the sexy woman beats up on the muscular guy just to try to prove what a badass girl boss that she is.
Well, again, she is MI6, so she has that training.
Yeah, but they just set her up as this really strong character, but I just don't see it, man. I just see her. Well,
she is Deckard Shaw's.
I get it,
sister,
but I just see her as she's just the sister of one of the two main characters, and the other main character is got the hots for her.
Not really, because he doesn't really have an attraction to her.
Yeah, but they
eventually
force
they do.
They force it eventually.
Well, yeah, they force it.
But this whole time is oh, are they gonna get together? It's it's super transparent what they're trying to do.
Yeah,
it's super. It's cliche, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but let's keep pushing forward here.
I don't know, okay, I need to get that off my chest because I just don't like the dynamic between these three characters at all.
Well, no, you're not supposed to really, because it's kind of the thing of going who the hell am I rooting for?
That's what I'm saying is it's so hard to root for these three because they're all kind of assholes.
Yeah,
and they don't really become the video that you asked me to watch was trying to hype them up as oh, maybe they're gonna have some sort of really good character arc where they start to realize their own flaws and then become better people for it. That does not happen in this film.
No, plus that video that I showed you was before the movie came out.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing which was dumb.
He tried to hype up the movie so much.
Yeah.
Before it came out, and then that's what you get.
Well, it was certified fresh, so
I did not see that. I saw 60% on my guy on Rotten Tomatoes. I saw a solid 6 out of 10, which I think is generous.
Yeah. But yeah, so Hattie beats up the CIA guy.
Yeah, and
Hobbs comes in, and then they fight, and then Shaw comes in. And
it's hey, what are you doing?
What are you doing with my sister? And he goes what? She's too pretty to be your sister, you fugly looking asshole. And then and then Idris Elba bursts in, takes her.
She gets knocked out. It was really?
She gets knocked out. He takes her, that? And then they both look at each other, and then they look at the wire that they're using to go down the building with, and he goes like, "Are you thinking like, okay, on my count, 1 on 3," and he goes like, "All right, 3," and The Rock jumps, and he just goes like, "Dude, what the fuck?" And Jason Statham just goes like, "Nobody tells me what to do," and he gets in the elevator, hits the emergency.
So cool.
Yeah, and he hits the emergency like lock button, so that way it just drops, and then The Rock like grabs one of the guys, like shoots his gun at Shaw,
sliding down barehanded on a rope. How
it's
are you not
supposed
getting
to show how tough he is? Again,
massive rope burns. It's like he's not Superman. He's not invincible.
No, Idris Elba is Black Superman in this movie, though. So
Stupid name.
Look at me. I'm Black Superman.
Super lame.
But yeah. So
like The Rock, like how like again, he's not Superman. It's so ridiculous to me that he's going down and he's got no rope burns, and like I just think of like the comparison between Hobbs and Shaw, like the characters and the characterization of John Wick.
Well,
you know?
it's supposed to show the duality of Jason Statham has finesse. The Rock is basically just a fucking bulldog.
No, but that's just it seems ridiculous to me.
So
I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm nitpicking, but like you're going down this huge ass building, and you're like any other person would get rope burns. So we're just to assume that like The Rock is just this
superhuman.
He's basically superhuman.
Yeah.
And also like he gets further down and he tackles Idris Elba, and they crash through the awning that's at the bottom that's glass, and it's like, okay, again, anybody else, they would be dead. And it's Idris Elba has that excuse because he's cybernetically enhanced, right? But what about Hobbs? Like, you telling me that he just gets up from that?
Yeah. Because he's The Rock and he's a superhero.
They fell like down the side of a whole building, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
but
I just.
But yeah, then. But yeah, I when I first watched this, I was like, man, this is cool. Like, The Rock jumps down, grabs one guy, starts shooting his gun around, and then like
knocks into the elevator.
Yeah, well, he shoots at the elevator, and then it's just Jason Statham standing there with his hands crossed, and he just goes like bang, and then as he's swinging, he knocks the bad guy into the elevator, and he mouths "fuck you." And then he's just like, oh yeah, just starts like doing the hand motion of jerking off, and he's just like, oh fucking
Again. And I had to imagine that
and again, this is like basically 13-year-old
one of the writers had to be listening to like Rage Against the Machine when they were listening to this, man. It's just like,
I don't know.
it's just edgy, and like they have to get their bits in basically for the rest of the movie to continue.
Well, yeah, it's and again, like they just keep going head to head, and it's all like if they would just pull their heads out of each other's asses, they'd be able to get the fucking job done a lot sooner. But one of the things I did like about the movie though is that like they're driving around in the McLaren.
Yeah.
And because early on when Hattie is talking to The Rock for the first time, where like in the facility, she goes like, oh yeah, like don't you know that the brain is the biggest muscle, not the body? And so she goes like, oh, like is it time to go do your curls? Because like his timer goes off to call his daughter and talk to her, where she goes like, oh, I think it's about time for some curls. And he goes like, oh yeah, you're right. So he bashes his hand through the window, breaks the window glass, grabs one of the guys, and then they're driving through like this giant arch, and he slams the guy into the wall. I'm like, okay, that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, but then later in that scene, what gets me is like I saw like one thing where it was like there was like these two cars that like stop in the middle of the road because they're about like Idris Elba is driving through, and you can tell the cars are CGI. It looks like shit. It looks bad.
Yeah. I mean, like that's how these movies turned into, is like giant clusterfuck of CGI cars.
Those two cars in particular that I saw at just one moment, those looked particularly bad. They looked very not good.
Again, comparing it to these guys drag racing to now where they're fucking basically superheroes with cars. That's what these fucking. That's what the duality of this franchise is, and where it's become.
Like
you have drag racing, them stealing VCRs for extra money on the side, now to where that they're basically fucking superheroes in their cars to where they're flying them.
I will say,
they also go to space with the car.
I do think that Idris Elba is cool.
Yes.
Some of the stuff he does is cool. Not what his character is or what the things that he says, but like his bike.
Yeah,
I think his
was gonna
bike
say
is
with
awesome.
his motorcycle when they drift underneath the two semis,
Like
and
yeah,
that was cool.
like-
and then like he does like skirt underneath it with the bike dragging him. Like that was actually pretty cool.
That was cool. Like I liked that cool technology.
Yeah. And then cutting to later on in the movie when because now they're on the run because Idris Elba basically has them blacklisted,
Which is also really stupid. Like I get it.
Well, it's smart for Idris Elba because then they can't go to like the CIA or the FBI or whoever to get help.
Yeah, but you just have access to all the news media in the world.
Right. That's the other thing too.
It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Really?
Because now they're on the run, and they go back to Jason Statham's like pad essentially, like his hideout, and The Rock just starts making fun of his cars, and he just goes like, "Oh yeah, like sports cars. Oh wow, like not just one, huh? Like are you overcompensating?" He goes like, "If anything, I'm undercompensating." And then he goes like, "Oh look, it's a small one for like it's your size." And then he also talked about the Mini Cooper. And he goes like, "Oh yeah, I did a job in Italy." That's supposed to be a reference to the Italian job that he did with Mark Wahlberg and Charlize Theron.
For those of you listening to the audio, I'm waving my hand over my
your
head
head
to
because you
that
didn't know.
I completely
Missed.
went over my head because I didn't know what to look for.
Honestly, Jack, you just need to watch more movies.
Okay, that's. I need to watch that one movie to get this one joke in this.
No, you
Hobbs
just
and
need to
Shaw
watch
film.
more movies. That's all.
What do you think we're doing?
I know.
What do you think?
But yeah,
think we're
like
doing
I
this,
was all
Evan?
like, and again, I think that they just shoehorned that in because
lot
again,
of this was
the Fast and the
shoehorned in.
Furious movies are about cars. That's all that it basically was about. Besides family, can't forget about family.
We can't forget about family.
And then like just to have that reference shoehorned into this movie just because it's Jason Statham did an Italian job, why? Like it's
Because
just supposed to be a reference to him doing the Italian job. That's it.
Because
which is a previous movie, which is about cars.
It's a reference for people who like Jason Statham, and it's like,
Well, yeah.
I guess so that's why you wrote this film, because you wanted to write a film that like people are going to go see because it has Dwayne The Rock and Jason Statham in it. Is that why? And it's like, again, this whole thing of when they're walking through the safe house that he has and past all the cars, it's like we have to segment like 2 or 3 minutes of these movies at a time, so that The Rock and Jason Statham can get their bits in, and then take their shots at each other before we can move on with the rest of the film. We have to segment these parts, and it's so annoying.
Which Hattie like gets a drink, and she asks The Rock if he wants one. He goes like, "Yeah, I'll do a little drink." And so she pours an entire glass, like a Scotch glass, of like Scotch into it, and it's like almost overfilling, and so she hands it to him, and he just goes like, "Okay."
It's so petty and dumb.
And it's only because of the fact that like he's such a big guy, so a full glass of Scotch or whiskey or whatever it is would actually be small to him, and it's all like no.
It's petty and dumb.
Yeah.
It's like why can't you guys just get along?
And again, it's not supposed to be her just being an asshole to him. It's supposed to signify that like, oh yeah, compared to The Rock, like a normal person like her, she would drink like maybe 2 fingers of Scotch in a glass.
Yeah.
Versus The Rock, it's like, no, he would drink a full fucking glass of Scotch or whiskey, and that's small to him because he's such a big guy. Like that's all that it is.
I get it if he was like a superhero, like if he was like the, like a superhero who has like a really fast metabolism, and like that would be funny. It's like, oh yeah.
Well, it's especially kind of like the thing where when he's at the diner with h's daughter and they're having breakfast, and there's like 3 waitresses that help them with the food, and so one of them comes up, goes like, okay, here's the mini pancake stack. And so he goes like, oh, this is for her, for his daughter. And then he goes like, all right, let's go. And it's like this giant stack of fucking pancakes.
Like,
so somebody goes like, cheat day. And he goes like, oh yeah, cheat day. And then he eats all of it. I'm like, there's no fucking way that you eat all of that fucking
It's
food.
supposed to
There's
make
no
him,
fucking way.
It's supposed to make him look tough, but it just ends up making him look stupid.
Yeah.
It just makes him look like, oh, you're just more.
You have 5 plates of food with a giant stack of pancakes.
More food
Are you
and
fucking
drink
kidding me?
equals like tough man. It's like
Yeah.
you like
Well,
tough men eat a lot.
Well, it's not even tough. It's the fact that he's just so roided out of how big he is. That's the only reason why. Like,
it's like
it's
stop
too basic.
shoving it down our throats. We already know this.
Yeah,
we get it, man.
But yeah, and then like Jason Statham gives them all new identities.
Yeah.
And he goes like, yeah, like I'm a part-time ski instructor. You're on an assignment for like bird watching, or like you're an artist or whatever.
I think so.
And then for him, he's like some fucking bullshit. And he goes like Mike Oxlawn. And he just goes like, oh no, it's Mike Oxmall.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what
it's Mike Oxmall, yeah.
And he goes like, I go by Michael. And so like, I thought that was funny when I first watched it. And then this is like, I think my third time watching this movie, and I was just like, okay, that's pretty fucking stupid. It's really, it's childish.
And then, but like, it's what's I would get it if they like waved him through, and it's like, haha, funny dick
but
joke.
They ended up like
detaining him.
Yeah, detaining him because his account gets flagged. And because like with Jason Statham, he goes like, oh yeah, like I gave you all new identities. And even when we go through the TSA, they're not going to recognize our faces because in their system, we're going to look different. You just
lied to just be an asshole.
Right. And then like,
and then afterwards,
and then then they get on the plane, both of the Shaws, they get on the plane, and she goes like, oh, that was kind of fucked up of what you did to him. And he goes like, well, he was going to slow us down anyway, so it was fine. Nope. And then he walks in on the plane and he just goes like, hey, how's it going? Like, my name's Mike, like talking to the stewardess. And he goes like, hey guys, how's it going? Sits right next to him across the aisle.
Well, where's my seat here? It's like F6, F8,
FU. And then he just goes like, oh yeah, like here's the difference between me and you. People actually like me. And then like he turns to, because now they're going to Moscow. This is which I would assume is a Russian old lady. Where he just goes like, babushka. Yeah, and he goes like, I love you, babushka. And so, which is like grandma.
No, a babushka is like the scarf around her head, I'm pretty sure.
Is it? I don't think so. I think babushka is like I can't remember what it is.
I think he says I love your babushka.
I think
I think that means
he says I love you, babushka.
I love you, babushka.
Oh. Okay, maybe I missed
Which
that.
Which is either old person or like grandma or something.
See, I was just stun locked during this scene because what's also messed up is like Hobbs purposely sabotages him.
Yeah.
Which, why would you do that if you're trying to?
Well, Shaw purposefully.
Okay,
whatever. You know what? This will be easier for you. Just call him The Rock and Jason.
Okay, The Rock.
That's The Rock and Jason Statham.
The Rock purposely gets Jason Statham purposely sabotages The Rock.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, why would you do that if you're trying to be undercover, trying to sneak onto a plane to get out of the country?
Well, go to Moscow to the facility.
Yeah, but
to
like,
go and
they're
take
going
out
from
the virus.
London to Moscow, right? But also, as he's walking away, Jason's like, I bet he's gonna get strip searched, and it's like, that's just weird, and you're just an asshole. Mm-hmm. Why would, like, I get it, you don't like him, and you don't want him to be on this mission, but you already set him up, like, you just lied to him, basically.
Pretty much.
And there was no setup, like, it's just a funny, like, you pulled a prank on him.
Yeah.
Like a childish prank on him, and
this movie is basically intended for, like, early 20s and 13-year-olds. That's all that this movie is supposed to be used
like
for.
It was by someone who was a 13-year-old, just constant.
Yeah, which I said earlier, but
the plane scene from London to Moscow was one of the most painful
because
scenes.
They're doing their banter back and forth again of where, like you said earlier, of Jason Statham telling The Rock he better back off of his sister because he's kind of like a bulldog with his nuts hanging out, and then he's gonna fuck his sister and impregnate her. And he goes like, what the fuck did you just say? And it's just like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean?
It's like fucking yo.
Yeah. It's all like,
pump the brakes.
What are you talking about? And then of course we get the Kevin Hart cameo.
All of a sudden, suddenly, Kevin Hart.
Yeah, Kevin Hart,
Why?
who changed his hair too, because when we're first introduced to him, he kind of has like his hair a little longer, so it's like standing up a little bit. And then later on, when we see him again, it's kind of more like buzzed.
I didn't even notice. I was just too angry and pissed off that like
when I saw this, I was all like, oh yeah, and then there's fucking Kevin Hart. Of course, there's Kevin Hart.
Yeah, you wanna know what I do? I sit in a can of farts all day long. That's what I'm dealing with. It's an occasional terrorist and a lot of recycled ass.
Why?
But it's because, and again, it's because that they're both best friends. Like both The Rock and Kevin Hart are best friends. That's why.
It's just some stupid celebrity bullshit.
It is. And when I first watched this, I thought it was hilarious. This time I was just like, okay, he's basically shoehorned in because he's friends with The Rock, because they've been on so many movies together and stuff. And he's a U.S. Air Marshal, and he just goes like, hey, you both need to shut the fuck up.
I've never seen somebody who supposedly used to be funny be so unfunny every time I see him in
the other thing too is that like he's being super awkward because he goes like, oh yeah, like here's my resume, here's my business card, so if you guys need anything, just let me know. And he starts listing off random bullshit that he can get them, and then on top of that, he like deepens his voice and he tries to like include himself into the game of going like, oh yeah, we can make this as a trio, like we can all go on missions together. And he goes like, no. And
it's so cringe.
And then like he starts deepening his voice, and they're like, "Don't do that." Then he goes like, "Do what?" And he goes like, "Don't deepen your voice like that. Like use your real voice." And it's only because of the fact that's how Kevin Hart is. Again, another character that is just themselves.
No, I wouldn't even say that because that's not Kevin Hart.
That is.
I guess, but like. I feel like you could have gotten even worse with Kevin Hart because, like, Kevin Hart, I mean, if you've seen his stand-up, right?
Well, yeah, I've seen plenty of his stand-up stuff.
Yeah, just like, I feel like even he's dumbing himself down even in this moment. Like,
well,
he's playing a character, but it's not a good character and it's not funny.
Well, and again, like, Kevin Hart as himself,
he plays
he's just
himself
like,
as every other character, character that he plays in the movie.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, because, like every single character that he plays is super awkward. His, like, of course, his natural high speaking voice.
Yeah.
And then like when he tries to act tough, he brings his tone down to deepen it. And then everybody's all like, "What are you doing? Like, that's not cool." Like,
I was
stop.
half expecting him to like stand up and then proceed like, "Man, you're short."
Yeah.
Like, let's get that in there too. I was surprised they didn't do that.
Right.
I already don't like the three characters that I have already as the protagonist. We don't need one more insufferable funny guy or someone who's trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Like it just made me upset.
Yeah.
Seeing Kevin Hart because of course we have to have Kevin Hart in there.
Well, we have Ryan Reynolds, we have Kevin Hart now. So.
All these celebrity cameos that just make the movie feel more cheap than it actually is.
So, which then Kevin Hart, or not Kevin Hart, but The Rock and Ryan Reynolds, they would actually go on together to do Red Notice, which is on Netflix, with Gal Gadot. So.
Oh yeah, Red Notice.
Yeah. Which if you haven't seen it, I would say check it out. It's actually
pretty good?
decent.
Okay.
It's decent.
I remember there being someone like Gal Gadot was in something that was really bad.
Gal Gadot and everything. Like, have you seen this clip? Like, this was like old, but like there was this clip that was going around where people were dogging on how god awful her fucking acting is.
Yeah.
Of like these clips that I think it was Watch Mojo that posted, where it's all like she was in Death of the Nile, which was like part of like Murder on the Orient Express movies. And so she goes like, "Oh yeah, we have enough champagne to fill the Nile." Or it's like her and Wonder Woman going like, "Oh, you have to give me the stone." And so like Pedro Pascal is in the car and he's just looking at her going like, "What the fuck?"
Oh yeah, that's
or it's
right.
like, "Kal-El, no." And like, of course, I'll post a clip of that here.
Max Lord, you're putting yourself and everyone else in grave danger. I need you to give me the stone. What happened to it? Kal-El, no.
But it's so fucking stupid.
Side tangent.
But
like also wasn't he? The Rock was in the recent Christmas movie, right?
Red Notice, yeah.
That was the Christmas movie?
No, it's not Red Notice.
It's called.
Oh God, what is it?
What? It just came out. It had
It came out like
J.K.
last
Simmons.
year. Yeah,
and
who plays as Santa Claus.
Yeah, what was it called? It was bad.
Trying to think.
I remember watching the trailer and I'm like, this sounds like it
With Chris
sucks.
Evans too.
That's who it was. It was with Chris Evans. That's right.
I'm trying to think of what it is.
What? Yeah, do a little another. Let's see. What was it called?
Oh, Red One. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, stupid name.
Yeah. But yeah, otherwise,
sorry, just a little side tangent there.
Yeah. But
Kevin
yeah,
Hart derailed it.
I did think it was pretty funny that, of course, you have to have this bit of when they go to the facility, because their idea was to have her get abducted to take out the virus, or to get the machine to take out the virus, and then that way that they don't have to worry about it anymore, going off inside of her, and extinguishing humanity. Where they infiltrate the facility, like both Jason Statham and The Rock, and they have all their gear on now, and they do the heat signature device that they have, where it's like, okay, pick a door, and The Rock goes like, okay, well, I picked this door.
Yeah.
And Jason Statham goes like, okay, that's your door, this is my door. And then they look, and he goes like, correction, this is your door, because there's a lot of bad guys in there. And The Rock goes like, what, you got a lot of bad guys behind that door? And he goes like, no, like, there's not. And and he goes like, okay, well, no takesies backsies.
Yeah.
And of course,
he opens the door.
The Rock, like, they both open their doors, and of course, Jason Statham has a bunch of bad guys. He has like 8 or 9 bad guys in there.
Yeah.
And then The Rock only has like one super big dude.
They have to get the biggest guy.
And he knocks him the fuck out in one punch. And
that's lame.
Yeah. And I'm like, you have this guy size up who is bigger than The Rock, and you just knock him out in one punch.
And then The Rock has nothing to do during the rest of the scene. He's just
and it's
dragging
only
the
supposed
guy.
to, and again, it's only supposed to allude to the fact that The Rock is strong, and he's able to knock one guy out in one punch, and then Jason Statham is having a tough time trying to take out like 8 or 9 guys, and like Jason Statham goes like, watch this. And the whole time, The Rock is like yawning. He's like not impressed and whatever. And it's all like, and again, it's supposed to show the flex of The Rock is super strong, and then Jason Statham is able to take on multiple bad guys at once.
God forbid that we have both of our leads have interesting fight scenes back to back. No.
Yeah.
We get The Rock just sort of being bored and not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Jason Statham does all of the work.
Yeah. And then at the end of this hallway, they have to scan the door with their with the guy's face. And so, like, of course, The Rock, he only has the one guy, so of course his scan just goes through. Jason Statham beats one guy, he's about to fall, he grabs him and he catches him, and then he brings him up to the screen, and then it's denied. And then he just goes like, wait, what? So he slams his face into it. And it's all basically just to be ham-fisted funny of him just slamming all of these guys' faces
until he gets
into
to the very
it.
last one.
Yeah, and then...
Enter corresponding match. Access denied. Access denied. Access denied.
Like, The Rock is bored, so he starts like sitting around, he starts doing push-ups and stuff and whatever, and it's all like, okay, like, boring.
Here's how
dumb, boring.
Here's how I think this scene could have been done better. Swap the 2 doors.
Yeah.
Make it so that Jason Statham now has to fight a big guy, right? The big guy on the left side, because he's not used to that, and that, like, put these characters outside of their comfort zones instead of just like having the Dwayne The Rock Johnson beat one guy in one punch. I get it.
Yeah,
I guess like he doesn't have CQC close quarters combat training, right? We have to show how strong he is, but do we though?
Right.
Do we not get the point at this point? It's The Rock, right? Everybody knows who The Rock is. Even if you've never seen like wrestling before, you know
who The Rock is.
You can tell just by looking at him that this is a strong guy.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to keep showing off that he's strong. We get it. It would have been interesting to see The Rock try to take on multiple guys at once.
Yeah.
And it would have been interesting to see Jason Statham, who would have been more suited to take on multiple guys at once. Take out one big guy. It would have been nice to see their struggle, and that way you could have both characters fighting at the same time. But no, we have a lame scene where The Rock is yawning and he looks bored while Jason Statham beats up a bunch of guys after The Rock beats a guy in the head.
Right.
It's just it was so lame and it was ham-fisted and it didn't need to happen because after they open the doors anyway, they're surrounded
by
and they get
bad
knocked
guys.
out in one hit by the butt of a gun.
Yeah.
And it's
and then they get chained up, and then they get electrocuted a few times. Because especially where Idris Elba goes like, oh yeah, like the average person can only take like 3 shocks. And The Rock goes like, well, I bet that we can do 5. Or no, he says like, oh, like Idris Elba goes like, well, I bet that you guys can do 4. And he goes like, well, I think that we can do 5. He goes like, all right, electrocutes them. And then of course Statham goes like, you just had to open your fat mouth, didn't you?
Shock will kill a man in 3.
I reckon you've only got 4 shocks in you, boys.
Yeah, I think we can take 5.
5?
Well, all right.
You had to open your big mouth.
I thought it was a cool thing to say at the moment.
And then we have another 2 minutes of them getting their bits in. This whole scene is like they gotta take shots at each other because they hate each other.
Yeah,
and they're not nice
and then
people.
Even Idris Elba goes like, really, at the face of the end of the world, you still cannot get along put yourselves aside from each other and work together.
Humanity's ability to like hate each other is more than its self-preservation, something like that.
Yeah.
Which would have been cool, but if it weren't so lame that they just kept like dogging at each other.
Yeah,
Also,
and then this is the point where he says like, I'm Black Superman.
Look at me. I'm Black Superman.
So
and he also brings up a point that I absolutely hated. I groaned audibly when I heard him say is like we have to take out the weak to make humanity stronger, and then Rock says something like genocide is never the answer, and it goes genocide schmenocide.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was lame. Also, like you can't like that's like that is just so.
Jeez, excuse me.
Like really, like you like he just doesn't care that much about like it's like genocide schmenocide.
Yeah. And
that set me over the edge.
Yeah. And so like basically just to like run through what happened. So like they get the device. The Rock is driving this big huge truck. Jason Statham and his sister are riding in a dune buggy.
High-tech dune buggy or something
and then
like that.
They're escaping the facility. The Rock is, of course, with his big-ass truck, bulldozes through all these walls and stuff. And where he sees Idris Elba, like, jumping around or whatever, and he goes like, wow. Oh, yeah, he, like, jumps from the back of the truck onto the roof of the truck and then jumps onto his motorcycle, and then he, like, jets off towards Jason Statham and his sister, and he just goes like, wow, I guess he really is Black Superman.
Black Superman.
Look at me. I'm Black Superman.
And but yeah, so the facility basically explodes. It's no longer there. And they pretty much would meet up to talk about that she needs to basically die, because that's the one. There's like 2 options to get the virus out. It's like, one, killing her
and
then burning the body to
extract it using the machine.
Yeah, or extract it from the machine. That's why they go to the facility in the first place. And the device breaks. So then that gives The Rock the idea, because then they're just like, both Shaws are fighting with each other of going like, oh, like it's not over until I say it's over, and like, you know, all this bunch of stuff. And then The Rock goes like, well, I have a place that we can go where nobody knows where it is, and basically going back home to Samoa.
I think I don't even think he says that. He says like, I know what place for me to go, but it's the last place I want to be.
Yeah, which again is Samoa.
Yeah.
So is like where he grew up and stuff.
Yeah.
And which, you know, again, his brother hates him for the last 25 years.
We have to reference The Rock's Samoan heritage.
Yeah, again, because it's his production company, that's why.
Yep. So we got to ham fist that in.
Yep. And then they're gearing up for Idris Elba and his whole squad to come to the island and basically take her and get the virus and whatever.
But then we have this. We have the whole scene before that where like we are talking about that Rock was trying to convince his brother to like, and I hate you.
Help him.
No, there's no way I'm gonna help you. And then it's like, you help him because he is your brother and we are Samoan. And it's like,
you are Usos.
Yeah, you are Usos. And
So,
it's like, but like there's so many of them.
There are.
Like, I wish they said something along the lines of like, oh, we're not all brothers, you know?
I think that they're pretty much like all cousins.
Yeah.
Not just like everybody that's in this movie, just like all the characters are cousins.
Yeah, yeah, I know that. Like, but like, I wish they would have like said that because like if we're taking them at their word that like you and your brothers.
Yeah.
Like, so we're assuming that this woman had all of these kids.
Right. That's the other thing too.
Is
like
they all have the same dad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, even with all of them, like, being in wrestling and stuff, like, they're all cousins from each other.
Are they all wrestlers?
Not every single person that's in this movie, like, in that scene.
All
no.
right.
Like, Roman Reigns and The Rock are cousins.
Yeah, they're cousins, yeah.
The Usos, like, the Uso brothers in wrestling, they're both brothers because they're twins, but they're cousins to The Rock and Roman Reigns.
They're in this movie, too?
No, they're not actually. Which I thought was weird. I'm like, why aren't the Usos in this?
So
like,
confusing.
if Roman Reigns is in this, why aren't the Usos?
It's so confusing.
But they're pretty much like in wrestling. I just found this out where literally everybody that is of Samoan heritage, is like related to each other in some capacity.
Even like Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
Huh.
Samoa Joe, I think, is like the Usos' dad. Or something. Like, everybody that is Samoan is related to each other.
Okay.
In some capacity.
All right.
So,
it's
anyhow,
super weird. So that they're gearing up for it because he finds out
where they are, and he gears up, and The Rock goes to like, okay, like, you know, we got weapons. And so goes to like the hiding spot where all the weapons are. But it just turns out that his mom got rid of all of the guns because she goes like, I don't like guns. It takes a real man to fight with your hands. And it takes a small man to fight with just one pull of a trigger. And it's only because of their dad. That's the only reason why she got rid of the guns is because that she goes like, yeah, guns took away my family, so I took away the guns.
So we have no guns. So what we can do? Well, we can make it so that they don't have any guns either.
Yeah, and so like I did like the fact that they do like old school like Samoa weapons. So that was pretty cool.
I guess, but it's like again, we gotta like play up the fact that The Rock is Samoan.
Yeah,
you know?
And then speaking of when Idris Elba and the gang come through. Like fireworks set off and everything, like now it's dawn.
Yeah.
And of course, again, more ham-fisting Samoan heritage into this movie because like they do a Samoan dance. He speaks Samoan, basically talking about like, you will look into my eyes as you die, and like we are preparing for war and all this bunch of stuff.
And so, like, to be clear, we're not dogging on like
the heritage or anything like that.
Pacific Islander inclusion in movies and stuff
like
that. That's not what we're saying at all. It could have been like that type of inclusion is good in movies.
Yeah.
If it's done right.
Right.
But the whole reason that this was ham-fisted into this film is because The Rock wanted it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because it's a tribute to like Samoan like culture and stuff like that.
Right.
Like it's just because they want to poke at the Rock is Samoan, so therefore they got to have this whole scene where he's in Samoan garb and they use ancient not ancient, like they use like traditional Samoan weaponry and stuff like that. So like it's the reason that it was just shoehorned into this.
Yeah.
But like I don't want to say this, but like what I'm trying to say is that we're not dogging on him for being Samoan, and we're not trying to say that that's a bad thing that was put into this film because it's Samoan. It's just the execution was bad.
Yeah.
Right?
It's only because like, oh yeah, like we have to go to Samoa because I'm Samoan. So like we have to go to Samoa and then we have to do traditional dance and we have to talk in traditional Samoan and stuff like this. And so it's all like, I had to put my culture into this movie.
And we had to hint at it earlier in the movie with his daughter and the social studies project and stuff like that. So we had to reference that at some point, otherwise it would have been just weird. So I mean, it's cool. I guess that like, but the only reason that it's cool is because it's uncool. Well, it's uncool that they just disable their guns.
Yeah.
Because the guns are electronic guns that
well, like they have special gloves that they use to activate the guns.
Lame.
Yeah.
It's so dumb that they just like hack and like. Why would you ever design a firearm that you can only fire when you're using this cyber glove,
right?
And it won't fire for anybody else? That's just a recipe for disaster. And you can talk to anybody who knows anything about guns that you want to be able to pick up a gun and be able to use it at any point. And like, you never want to integrate like electronics or like, well, not electronics. You never want to integrate like Wi-Fi into your gun. No. You know, it's so dumb. And like, that's the only reason why this is able to work at all. Also, the guns were only supposed to be able to be disabled for 6 minutes.
Right.
And way more time feels like it passes.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Before those guns come back online.
Because here's the thing, right? So they all fight.
Yeah.
Right. And like, here's another thing that I kind of liked, but was also kind of shoehorned into, was like Roman Reigns doing Roman Reigns things.
Like Roman Reigns does
in
Roman
the
Reigns
wrestling
things.
Yeah,
but
no,
like
that's what I'm saying. Is like in wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Because his finisher, one of them, like his signature is the Superman punch. The other one is the spear. So he spears somebody, and he does like his howl that he does too to gear up for it. Mm-hmm. But I was expecting him, when I first watched this, to do the Superman punch too, but he doesn't. He just spears somebody and that's it. Because him and The Rock go back to back, and like they're like having the weapons, and so like they're beating each other's guys up and whatever. But like the other thing too is that like after all of this stuff, they have like Idris Elba brings in a helicopter.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, like here's what we planned. Like, let's go ahead and execute this. And they take the truck.
Yeah.
And they have the chain wrapped around the wing of the helicopter.
Which again, it's supposed to be cool.
Yeah. And then like they're driving around and like have the helicopter chain, and so like now they're trying to bring the chain in like just electronically, not manually.
Yeah, with the winch. Yeah,
with the winch. And then like on top of that, then Idris Elba takes control because he punches one guy, or he punches one of the pilots, throws him out, and then he goes like, take a day off. And I'm all like, what?
You just kill the guy for no reason.
You just killed him. What do you mean take a day off?
Have a day off.
And then he goes like, all right, now I'm in control. So then he starts like bringing up the truck, so it starts losing traction because now they're front two. And then more and more of their family members come in.
They bring in like three other trucks.
Yeah,
and then
like wrap up the winch to the truck, and then that one starts going up, and then another one comes in, goes under the truck again. Now that one's going up, and then we got the leader of the pack now that's also doing that. And then they're like, okay, here we go. And then they hit the NOS, and I'm like, this is the first time in a really long time that I've seen them use NOS in one of these movies.
Nitrous.
Yeah. And so it's all like,
hit the NOS.
Hit the NOS, and then like that's enough to bring them back down. It's like that's not what would happen.
That's not really how that works.
And then because like the first guy, bam, hits the NOS, and then they start going, and then like then it's just a chain reaction. And I thought this was also really stupid that literally the winch breaks that is holding Idris Elba's helicopter. The Rock grabs onto the chain and then grabs onto the truck, and then is like able to hold the helicopter by himself by holding onto the truck and the chain. There's no fucking way that you are able to do that without ripping your fucking arm off. Are you kidding me with this shit?
Like that's the same argument that I said that like there's no way that the Dwayne the Rock Johnson like slid down that rope down the side of the building without getting massive rope burns.
Right. You're not, and like as soon as I saw that, I'm like, you're not fucking Captain America.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
you're not going to hold back a fucking helicopter like that.
Makes sense.
You're still a human man.
Steve Rogers can do that. Why?
Because he's a super soldier.
But Dwayne the Rock Johnson is not a super soldier.
Yeah, it's like you're a guy. Like, you're strong as fuck, but you're not going to hold back a helicopter. And then he's able to pull back the chain and then put it back in the winch.
To the winch.
And I'm like, there's no fucking way. And then he's able to crank it too. And I'm like, again, you're not this strong. That winch is not that strong to hold back this fucking helicopter, but you're just cranking it.
It's so
There's
dumb.
no fucking way.
Got you, Hobbs.
Also, the drift around like the mountainside and like how a car is like how like you're not able to do that, especially with that type of momentum.
Right.
That's not how that works. If you're going around a corner and something is trying to pull you, it's more than likely if you lose momentum as you're because when you're turning, you're actually slowing down.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like the force of the helicopter probably would have pulled them over.
Right.
I suppose, but like everything went absolutely perfectly for this to happen. There was no hitches whatsoever.
Oh yeah.
If any one of them those guys failed to hitch the car underneath, like the one guy like literally throws the hooks underneath the car.
Yeah.
If he missed, like if he messed that up, they'd be dead. Right?
Oh yeah.
It's like everything
Or he'd
is
rip
like
off
absolutely
the front bumper.
perfect execution. There's no like there's no hitches or anything like that.
Yeah.
In their plan, it goes off without a hitch.
Without a hitch. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Pun intended.
Yeah, and then like after that, like the
They split
helicopter, the helicopter like crashes, and now it's Idris Elba versus both of them again for the final time, and then
Hattie's also there.
they're both trying to fight Idris Elba one at a time, and then they finally have the idea of going like, why don't we use teamwork? Why don't we work together?
We're going to use the power of friendship.
Yeah, and then it's all like, okay, I take a hit, and then you hit him. Okay, only if you promise to do the same for me. Okay, you got it. And then they become friends after that. They're still dicks to each other, but they become friends.
I just think it's so stupid that like that's all it took to beat this guy was just beating him at 2v1.
Yeah, because like the cybernetic enhancement for Idris Elba is like him in real reaction time be able to see, okay, here's the point, here's the velocity, and here's how much damage or not
like,
damage,
I get
but
it.
like
I
here's how much power is behind it. But like, and then he's able to dodge it, but he's still not able to counteract like dodging one punch and then being able to retroactively like be able to dodge the other. Like that seems like it's kind of stupid.
Like this guy who seemed basically invincible the whole movie. Now all it takes for it to take him down is just to beat his ass, like to jump him basically.
Is to basically be like, okay, I punch him and then I take a hit from the other guy, and then the other guy tries to hit me, I dodge that, and then I get hit again from the other guy. Which then, like what you said earlier, was like when they're beating the shit out of Idris Elba, The Rock grabs him and just suplexes him. And he goes like, here's the kryptonite, and then like slams him into The Rock. And I'm
why
like,
didn't he do the rock bottom?
You would have literally killed him. Like that would have literally killed him. But I guess because he's cybernetically enhanced, he wouldn't have died.
Yeah, that's lame. It's just like if Roman Reigns is able to do his stupid
signature
wrestling move, right? He does a couple he does one of his moves at least, and he acts like Roman Reigns, even though he doesn't say a single freaking word in this movie, which I hate.
Yeah.
Why, if this is a movie about you, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, why would you not want to do one of your wrestling moves, which you know will get that would have been hype as hell.
Oh yeah,
it would have been cool. But no,
I was half expecting him because again, this is my third time watching it. If he would have done the rock bottom,
onto a rock,
yeah,
like that would have been cool.
Awesome. That would have been cool.
That would okay. Maybe this movie wasn't so bad because at least we got to see a sick ass rock bottom.
Yeah,
you know. But no, he just does a simple suplex and that takes him out.
Yeah, and then like he doesn't die. He just like gives up. But then like the guy that Idris Elba is being controlled by,
isn't he called the director or something generic
like
thing like that? Yeah. Like a voice.
Yeah, he's basically a voice, but we don't know who it is.
And
apparently him and The Rock have history. So it's all like, who the fuck is this? And then we don't know. I thought that it was like revealed at the end of who it was.
Because it's super duper sequel bait.
Yeah.
You know?
And then like Idris Elba dies because he basically shuts him off, and he just goes like, and he goes like, yeah, Hobbs, like, we have history together, and he goes like, okay, well, I'll be expecting you then.
Oh no! What gets me is that like Shaw was like, I've already killed you once, I'm not doing it again.
Yeah.
So
and
it's
he
like,
throws the gun on the ground.
What do we do with this villain?
And I'm all like, and so like when I was watching this, I go like, please don't tell me that he's going to turn into a good guy and then work with them.
No,
and then he ends up dying.
Somehow it's just as bad because it's like the karma bricks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean when I say the karma bricks?
Yeah.
So it's like a literary device where the good guy is too good or doesn't want to kill the bad guy, but we have to get rid of him because he's too bad to keep alive.
Yeah.
So some other force takes him out so that the good guy doesn't have to bloody his hands.
Right.
Basically,
And
it happens a lot in Disney films.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird for them being like kids movies. Like it happened to Scar. It happened to
Clayton from Tarzan.
Yeah, Clayton. Yeah.
Because like he falls and then he gets strung up by the vines and he gets hung.
Like karma bricks, you know, like the
or Gaston.
Yeah.
From Beauty and the Beast.
So like all that sort of stuff happens to these villains when the good guy is too good to do it, and that happens in this film, and it's lame.
Yeah.
I hate that trope so much.
Right. And then we get not one but two end credit scenes, which I don't know if you saw that.
Nope. As soon as I saw the director, like directed by
Good, because it made no fucking difference, because the mid credit scene is Ryan Reynolds. He's like in a top secret facility where they held the snowflake in, which is what the virus was called.
Oh yeah, the virus is called. I completely
and
forgot
then
it was called the snowflake.
And then he goes like he's like calling The Rock, and he goes like, hey, like, we've got a situation, like there's a virus that's even worse than the snowflake, like because you know like how the snowflake melts your insides, this one melts your outsides. Think of a Komodo in a hurricane and you're trying to take it off, like that's basically what this does. And then it's his daughter that's on the phone, like The Rock's daughter. She goes like, hey, are you trying to talk to my dad? And he goes like, oh my god, like I can't believe that you like heard me say all that. Yes, I want to talk to your dad. And then he goes like, you sound just like your dad. Like it's strange.
It's just more...
And then The Rock gets on the phone and he goes like, no, sweetie, I'm trying to talk to your dad. He goes like, yeah, it's me. What do you want? He goes like, dude, you guys sound so similar. It's like talking to a mirror. And
it's
like
just
all
more
this
stupid Ryan Reynolds bullshit.
Yeah, pretty much. And then he goes like, doesn't say anything about this new virus. He basically just basically still continues to talk about how like they're friends and that they sound just alike and everything. And then it cuts to the credits, and then the end credit scene is where The Rock is talking to Jason Statham on the phone, and they're both wearing the exact same jacket, which is fucking weird. Like they're both wearing like a track jacket, like a track suit jacket. They're both wearing the exact same jacket. Like Jason Statham is now back in London. He's back in California, in LA. And like that's just super fucking weird and bizarre that they're both wearing the exact same jacket.
Yeah.
The Rock takes off the jacket and starts like putting a huge heavy chain on him, and he goes like, oh yeah, like get ready for this. Like I got you back, asshole, because of like the prank that he pulled for my cock small.
Yeah.
He goes like, huge anus. Like he tells the cops where Shaw is at the pub, and so they're like, come out with your hands up, huge anus. And he just goes like, okay, I get it, this is war. And so Jason Statham opens the door. All the cops have their guns drawn on him, and so he goes like, this isn't going to end the way that you boys think it will. And he just walks off into frame, and then he goes like, yeah, I'll talk to you later. And I'm like, they literally have their guns drawn on you. You're not going to take them all out before they shoot your fucking dumbass.
I've got my fingers in my eyes right now. I got my hands are going over my head right now.
And then not just that. The last bit is Ryan Reynolds, where he goes like, oh yeah, you know like how I told you earlier where she put a brick into somebody's chest? Turns out it's not that hard, because I literally did it. And it pans over to some guy having a brick in his chest. And then that's it. That is literally the end of Hobbs and Shaw.
Just more stupid bullshit.
So,
it's like the movie's over. Stop.
Yeah.
Please, I beg you.
let's get to our consensus
See, Devin,
on this being a rent, buy, or a skip.
I look over at Devin's screen. He just deletes his notes from Hobbs and Shaw. He wants to watch that from. Oh my God, Devin! This is. We haven't had one of these in a while.
No. So now is the point in the show where we talk about this being a rent, buy, or a skip. Hence the reason why this is called RBS in the first place. So a rent is an occasional watch. Buy is, of course, you'll buy it because you love it so much. And a skip is just don't even waste your time. I want to hear what you have to say because I was ready for you.
No. I want to hear yours first.
Me? Okay. So, for me, I'll start with my thoughts on the movie, and then I will give my reason behind it.
Okay.
So, this movie is not that good compared to the first time I watched it. And I've talked about this before on the podcast numerous times to where it's all like, you have the expectation, you're so hyped for a movie, and like, you love it because like the expectation is at an all-time high. You love it because of that.
Like the hype wore off.
Yeah, and then now that the hype has died down, you watch it again, and then it's all like, it wasn't that good. That's basically where I'm at with this movie. It's not that good of a movie. It's good for the sense of it being an action movie. I will say that. It has good action in it. I will say that. The dialogue isn't that great. Their chemistry is shit. Like, it's a buddy cop situation to where it's all like, two adversaries go butting heads, and they have to work together to basically defeat the bad guy. It's again kind of like a Suicide Squad situation, or Guardians of the Galaxy.
What are we, some sort of Suicide Squad?
Yeah, and it's like that whole chestnut of a thing of going like, yeah, you have all these different group of characters that hate each other, but then by the end they work together to defeat the bad guy. And like that's basically all that happens. But they don't shut the fuck up because they hate each other so fucking much. That's the only thing that irritated me throughout this whole fucking movie. And you know, because this is supposed to be a Fast and Furious spin-off movie, it has nothing to do with the cars. It has nothing to do with what the fuck was happening in the main source of the material of the franchise. That's also the other thing. This is part of a franchise movie, and it's a spin-off. But, you know, one of the caveats to that is that you don't need to watch the other movies in order to understand these characters, because they're just essentially two fucking assholes. And again, you have The Rock, who's just playing as The Rock himself. You have Jason Statham, who's trying to be the suave, cool action star. And like, The Rock really cannot act out of his way, out of a wet paper bag. Because now he's to the point where he's just like, oh, I'm just going to play as myself.
I don't necessarily agree. I feel like The Rock has the potential to
act,
be a
but
good
as
actor.
of right now, he cannot act.
He doesn't want
he doesn't want to act as a different character.
At this point in his career, I will agree with you on that he sucks.
Yeah. And for those reasons, like, you know, just because it's a good action movie doesn't mean anything. So for me, I say that it's a skip.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
I'm going to agree with you there, Devin. I think this is a 100% a skip.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
And even if you take away all the nitpicks that I had about this film, this movie is mid at best.
Yeah.
This movie is probably a 5 out of 10 at best.
Yeah, and again, it is basically, the dialogue is like a 13-year-old that wrote it.
It's like there was
the only thing that it was missing for a 13-year-old is boobs. That is the only thing that was missing is like a hot girl with boobs.
Is this movie rated R?
It's PG-13.
Of course it is.
Well, yeah,
I could have guessed that.
It's all the rest of the Fast and Furious movies are PG-13, so that's the only reason why. It's for general audiences, so that's the only reason why.
Because like if this movie was rated R, it could have been saved by like more violent action. I feel like.
Yeah.
But man, I told you that I took 3 hours to watch this 2 hour and 15-minute film.
Oh yeah.
Because I had to keep stopping because
of how dumb it was.
How dumb the moments would just show up. These characters are insufferable.
Yeah.
They're you don't want to root for these characters at all.
No.
You can't see anything else besides The Rock's stupid persona in Luke Hobbs' character. And Jason Statham is trying, but the script is so bad, it doesn't matter how good of an actor Jason Statham is when he's working with this garbage script the characters, like you said, have no chemistry with. They hate each other so much. So how are we expecting them to like want to like get along or like want to repair this or have a relationship with each other when they just hate each other nonstop?
I mean, like, I get it that that's who they are as characters from the Fast and the Furious movies, because they fucking hate each other in the movies, like, for whatever fucking reason, I don't remember. But, like, for that reason, it's all like, you guys really cannot put aside your differences for your sister having a fucking life-threatening virus where it's going to kill everybody on the planet.
Just also injected it into her hand. I thought that was really dumb.
Well, I mean, like, she couldn't, like, do anything with it. Yeah. So it's like, okay, well, now I have to basically inject myself with this.
She becomes a MacGuffin.
Virus. Yeah.
And, like, Maddie Shaw is probably one of the worst female characters I've ever seen in a film. That she's just an object in this film.
Pretty much, because like they shoehorn the romance in at the
very end,
because
which I hate.
Because right before, like the literally the night before, like sunset, the big huge battle starts. Both her and Shaw or Hobbs, they're talking and stuff.
Even you're doing it,
yeah.
Because you don't care anymore.
Yeah, and so like they're both talking to each other, and he goes like, "Yeah, I really hope that everything works out for you," and so she kisses him. And he goes like, she goes like, "Oh yeah, that's just a way of like sealing our promise."
Our promise that we're going to become better people after tonight.
Yeah, and he goes like, "Oh, well, do you want to seal it again?" Or
Lame.
She goes like, "No, maybe tomorrow." And
again,
it's all like,
just
what?
like kiss out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
It's like, of course, you have to have the hot, female lead get involved with The Rock,
the strong head,
because that's like he's the surrogate audience, or like he's what the audience aspires to be. He's like, oh man, I wish I was like The Rock. He's super strong. He eats all these pancakes. I wish I could eat pancakes like The Rock can.
Yeah.
It's so bad. Like it's not the worst film that I've ever seen, obviously. But it's not fun to watch. I felt like I was having fun with this film.
Plus, this movie literally leads to nothing else besides its own sequel, because again, it's a spin-off.
There's a sequel to this
film?
No,
there's not.
Okay,
it was alluding to that they would make a sequel for this.
There's a ton of sequel bait in this film.
But the other thing too is like, so it falls in between these two movies, right? For the Fast and Furious franchise, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you don't see these characters for a while, okay? Like, literally, the last time that you see The Rock is probably in this movie, if not, like, the next movie that follows after this one or something, because then he shows up in Fast and Furious X, like the 10th
Fast
one,
X,
in an end credits scene. So it's all like, where the fuck has he been at this whole fucking time? For, like, 4 fucking movies, where the hell has he been? So
he spent all that time sitting in a room with Jason Statham, hurling insults back at each other.
Yeah, but Jason Statham has been back for the Fast and Furious franchise movies. Like, he's been in the movies before.
Oh, okay.
Or like after this, I should say.
It'd be funny if neither of them were in there, because that would just be a good excuse. Like, no, they've been locked in a room for 3 years.
Yeah,
they had to get all of their bits out. Like they have 3 worth years of insults to throw at each other. Again, it's all playground insults. There's no tact.
Yeah.
There's no subtlety. It's not like lengthy. It's all childish insults that they just throw back and forth between each other.
And it was like one of the Fast and Furious movies that I told you about, where they're both in jail together. Like, for whatever reason, they break out of the jail, right? So, like, they're able to get out of their cells.
Somehow they're able to work together to get out of jail. But
no, that's the thing. The doors just open, and it's mass chaos in the jail.
Oh, okay.
And then they have, like, these, not these soldiers, but, like, the squad or whoever, like the police, basically.
Like,
that they're all in riot. Yeah, that they're all in riot gear. They're able to take all of these fucking guys out. They get down to the floor because, again, they're across from each other.
Yeah.
And so, like, they get down to the floor, and then they basically go to, like, hit each other, but then they get stopped because they're held at gunpoint by all of these like these guys, and then
like kill each other.
And then like the director for the CIA stops them and goes like, "Hey boys, I have a mission for you," and blah blah blah. This isn't it. This doesn't lead into that. But like That's basically what happens in that part in that movie, is that they break out of their cells, they beat up a bunch of fucking like people, and then they go to hit each other, and then they get stopped. So, because they hate each other that much. So,
it's grating, man.
Yeah.
I struggled to finish this film, and I was so glad when I did, so I could go and move on to something else. And it just reminds me of like how much I enjoyed John Wick.
Yeah.
Now in retrospect, like now that I've watched John Wick up to the third movie, right?
Yeah.
And then I watch something like this, and it's like two different action movies, but they achieve vastly different things, and they have different goals about what the characters want to do in there. And like if I could sum up this movie in one sentence, it would be
childish.
It would be in one sentence. It's little less conversation, a little more action, please.
Yeah.
If you don't know, that's an Elvis Presley line.
Right.
A little more conversation, a little less action, please. You know, it's just they talk so much, and even the action sequence, they just can't stop taking digs at each other.
Yeah.
And even the action is just sort of bland and like it's some of it's cool, but like they're just beating up guys, just punching guys in the face. Like also like I think Dwayne The Rock Johnson gets kicked in the balls at one point.
Yeah,
she
kicks him in the balls, and then he basically shakes it off. And I'm like, you still get kicked in the balls, and it doesn't matter how tough you are, that still brings you to your knees.
Yeah, it's just like the fact that Dwayne, that The Rock, just thinks like it's just a superhuman in this film, just cheapens the whole experience of action.
Yeah,
because like it's just a big guy beating up on like guys who are not as strong as him.
Yeah,
and even when you have a guy who's like tall, and just to bring in the comedy effect, we're just bringing a bigger guy. So it would have been cool if they brought in a bigger guy and then they really had a good fight. But you know, it's just this movie is a skip. Don't even waste your time with it.
Yeah,
it brings it. Go watch John Wick. You know.
Go watch a good action movie.
As much as I like, we don't want to shill John Wick too much. I mean, I don't, right? Because like, there's another example of like a good action film that you could watch, like besides just John Wick. But
there's plenty of them. But
there's the dynamic between these characters. They don't learn anything.
I mean, shit. Just watch the fucking Fast and Furious movies. Fuck this movie. Just watch the Fast and Furious movies.
Purge this. I want to purge this movie from my memory, and I never want to watch this quippy, playground insults, like 13-year-old written script.
Yeah.
Again, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Let's get on to suggestive people, and then spin the wheel, and then.
Please
get this over with.
Please God, we've been talking about this for over 2 hours now.
Yeah. So, fucking hold on. Okay. Sorry, I was getting a phone call. All right. So for this, we'll have a 1, 10, if not both star review on IMDb, and then we will open up the discussion on how people feel about the movie. So because we both say that it's a skip, and I anticipated this happening, I decided to do a 10-star review.
Let's do 10-star reviews.
So,
I'm so happy.
Yeah, I'm so happy. This is what Fast and Furious should be like. No, the fuck it shouldn't.
No.
Fast and Furious and fun. Action dialogues that are quick, longer, and acting that is very good. It's fucking not.
It's not good.
Mr. Johnson and Mr. Statham, which I love that they said Mr. in front of both of them.
We got to give Dwayne, we got to give The Rock his respect.
Yeah, really make a great team, and I can't wait to see more of them. No, I'd rather not. Like, see more of them? Sure, but not in the same room together because they're just going to bitch at each other the whole time. I'd be even happier if they decrease or remove Vin Diesel from the Fast and Furious completely. No, he's the one that made the Fast and Furious franchise as a thing anyway. Excellent action, good pace, great sequences, and Jason Statham, Dwayne Johnson, and Idris Elba. Basically saying that they're excellent.
They were certainly in this movie.
Yep, they were not excellent. The action was decent, good pace, not a good pace if it's over 2 hours. Definitely could have cut out like half an hour, or at least half an hour, because this is almost like 2 hours and 15 minutes. So, and great sequences, I guess. Some of the sequences were pretty cool, but most of it wasn't. Go see it. And load up on the popcorn. So they're saying this is a popcorn movie.
You spelled "and" there wrong.
I know, but yeah, this was back in 2019.
It's very excited to write this review. I wonder what they think about it now. I guess they wrote it like immediately after they went to go see it.
Yeah, because this came out in 2019, and that's when this review came out. Was in 2019. So,
okay, cool, awesome. That was horrible.
Yeah.
That was probably the worst one we've seen so far. See, Devin, this is why I went off of the list on IMDb of summer blockbusters.
But here's the thing. It made money, though. So it was a summer blockbuster hit, though.
Not all movies that make money are good movies. Devin.
No, they're not. But I'm not saying that this was a good movie. I'm saying this was a summer blockbuster
listen,
hit.
Devin, I am really glad that we actually got to review this movie so we could have a little bit of contrast from the rest of the movies that we're going to watch.
See? There's at least one movie that isn't that great that is on the wheel. So, speaking of the wheel, let's go ahead and spin the wheel for next week's episode and see what movie we're going to talk about.
For 4 of these movies.
So, we'll see what we've got coming up next week. Hell yeah, let's go. We're going a completely spy movie for Mission Impossible Fallout.
I was worried about this one.
Why?
We're going to another franchise.
Yes.
In the middle of... man, what number is this? Mission Impossible Fallout, by the way, was the movie that we got.
Which I believe it is the 6th one in the franchise.
Okay, because I have seen the Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah.
I've seen the first 3, and then I saw Ghost Protocol,
which was 4 a
long time ago. So I think I'm caught up, honestly, this time around. So less of a hurdle for me to go through with this movie instead of having to see 10 movies.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Even with the Mission Impossible movies, you don't need to see all of them in order to understand what's going on.
Yeah, because
they literally sum up everything in the first 5 minutes of this is Ethan Hunt, this is his team, and blah 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 blah.
They do a good job of that.
But anything that happens in the previous movies don't come up in the next movie, so it doesn't matter.
I'm more excited for this one than I am for Hobbs
the
and Shaw.
only ones that I would say that go back to back is Dead Reckoning. Because it's Dead Reckoning Part 1. They were going to do Dead Reckoning Part 2, but then they ended up scrapping that title, and now it's just the Final Reckoning. For the final Mission Impossible movie.
Is that the one that just came out?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So,
Final Reckoning.
Those ones I would say do go back to back.
Okay.
So, because it's supposed to be the events that happen in Dead Reckoning are supposed to also be integrated into the final Reckoning.
Yeah, okay.
So,
well, we don't care about that. We're talking about Fallout.
Yep, we're talking about Fallout with Superman himself, Henry Cavill, next week.
Fallout 76.
So, yeah. I can't wait because I'm going to do my favorite thing, which is the arm reload, which is fucking goes hard. So I can't wait for that.
Okay.
So anything else on this movie?
No. I never want to talk about this movie ever again.
Great. With that being said, again, thank you all so much for watching, tuning in, however you guys are doing it. Have us on in the background, having us on your commute to work, however you guys are doing it. Really appreciate it. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment. Share this around, subscribe to the channel, and follow us on Instagram and on TikTok. And we'll see you guys next week for Mission Impossible Fallout. So, bye.
Bye.